Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing the experience of this trainer.
Good to go.
But getting that trainer.
Megan Trainer.
I'm all about that brace, no trouble.
Give me your arm.
No, it's not for that.
Who are you?
Patrick, I play football.
This is Patrick, everyone. Give it up for Patrick. He does sports.
So don't settle for just any insurance when there's State Farm.
Why is no one clapping?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
At Southern Classic Chicken, we take pride in serving the freshest, seasoned, and marinated hand-breaded fried chicken. It's so good, it's wrong. Add in tasty sides like our zesty Cajun seasoned fries, savory red beans and rice, or sweet corn grits. Drive through today and pick up a family box or one of our classic combos and enjoy a true Southern classic. Oh, and don't forget the pepper.
Hey, Wreckin' Ram fans, that's right, I'm in Big D, and I don't mean Dallas, Duson, Louisiana, where a dream became a destination. At Knox and Duson, timeless family recipes get a personal twist. Every bite has Louisiana flavor, from plate lunches to specialty burgers, to po' boys, fresh seafood, both grilled and boiled. And every Thursday through Saturday, we turn up the charm with live music and our very own Cajun and Zydeco breakfast every other Saturday morning. And don't forget brunch every Sunday. So come down to Knox and Duson, a proud supporter of Acadiana High School. Knox and Duson, don't knock it till you try it. Go Rams!
The relationship with Star and Acadiana High School started this spring when they were awarded the contract to service all of our schools, and the service has been tremendous. Our schools are cool, our teachers are happy, our parents are happy, and most importantly, our students are happy because when they enter those classrooms, it's comfortable, it's safe, and it's a good learning environment for our students. Just like Acadiana High, we set the standard in education. Star sets the standard on service.
Star is all about service. That's what we wanted, that's what we needed. We needed the proper service maintenance program. That is what Star does. That is the basis of their business, service and maintenance, which lessens the repairs and the replacements. Our service calls are dropping. Our repair calls are dropping. Our replacement calls are dropping. Just as Acadiana High is synonymous with championships in football, Star is synonymous with service. Ladies and gentlemen, it's in the name.
Star and Acadiana High School, we're both elite. Be elite.
Uncle T's Oyster Bar in Scott is your destination for Acadiana's best local seafood.
Featuring delicious oysters, po' boys, specialty dishes, boiled crawfish, and happy hour specials.
Uncle T's across the railroad tracks in Scott.
Serving Gulf oysters just the way you like them.
At the Lafayette Parish Sheriff's Office, we believe building a strong organization starts with preparation, leverages teamwork, and harnesses the character of each individual. While using cutting-edge technologies and state-of-the-art equipment, our brave deputies are dedicated to keeping you and your loved ones safe. We're more than law enforcement. We're a team working together in service of our communities. The Acadiana Wreckin Rams know a lot about service, teamwork, and winning. When you're ready to join our championship team, come by or give us a call.
Your Marine Corps' way of life is to defend the American way of life. Every day, no matter where we serve, we take a stand for our nation, for each other, for us all. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Ram Nation, welcome to another Wreckin' Ram production.
here in week 7 of South Louisiana High School football in 3-5A. It's hate week, people. Your Acadiana Wreckin Rams are taking on their longtime rival, probably the oldest rivalry in all of Lafayette, the Lafayette High Mighty Lions. As always, my name is Cole Gilbo, your play-by-play guy. On the side of me, my very good friend and broadcast partner, Nick Fodno. Nick, if anybody tuned in last week to the postgame show, they know how much you hate Lafayette High. We grew up in 2 generations. You were a little bit on the older side. This is the most hated team that you had to face. Mine is Karen Crow. We'll get to them in a couple of weeks. But, man, I know you fired up for this game tonight.
Not a big fan of these guys. Not a big fan at all. I'm looking at the Lafayette High guys on the sideline, and that shade of green just irks my skin. I prefer the darker green that's on the home side of the football field tonight. Yeah, this Acadiana Lafayette High rivalry was huge when I was in school, and Lafayette got our number a couple years when I was in school. And if you look across the field at the concession stand with that big banner that says 6-time state champions, the very first year on that banner is 2006. Coincidentally, the last time Acadiana lost to Lafayette High. So it's been 2 different programs in that span of time. Acadiana's been able to rattle off 6 state championships. Lafayette High seemed like they were maybe turning the corner to kind of getting out of this 2 decades long rut they've been in early in the season. They took a big beating to Karen Crow last week, and it kind of seems like they maybe come back to the pack a little bit. So this game against Acadiana, we know that we're gonna get their best effort. We're gonna get everybody in this district's best effort. But if Acadiana comes out, plays well, does the things that they've done well all season, they should be able to take care of the Mighty Lions handily. Yeah, listen, just because just because Lafayette High hasn't really beat Acadiana going on 2 decades now, it's still a rivalry. You know, it's the Battle of West Congress. You got kids on both these football teams that I don't think any of them are alive the last time Lafayette High beat Acadiana. But we're going to talk more about the game and the matchups later. First, we're going to throw it down to the sideline. Miss Alex Hebert has a couple of sideline interviews for you tonight.
Productions, and I'm with senior running back Troy Kinnerson and senior athletic trainer Riley Denias. We want to ask them what it means tonight for senior night for you guys.
All right, so what it means for senior night at Acadiana High School means all the work that we put in to get to this point and never giving up.
Senior night for me has been that it just shows how far I've come and accomplishments are being shown.
Awesome, sounds good. And Troy is a member of the Business Academy, so I want to ask Troy, how do you feel like the Business Academy has prepared you for your life after high school going into college?
All right, so definitely saving money. I feel like that's the major part. Saving money. Yes, ma'am.
And Riley has been an athletic trainer for 2 years, and Mr. Brent Boudreaux runs such a phenomenal program, sets the standard high. What has some of his expectations meant for you and prepared you for life after the high school?
It definitely just shows that following the simple things promotes you in better, just in the simple ways.
Okay, and now we want to know about you guys' support system. Who has supported you to make you successful and brought you all the way up to here senior year?
Definitely my parents, like being there for me always and telling me to never give up no matter how hard it gets.
And what about you, Rye?
My parents and my siblings, definitely.
Thank you both so much for being seniors and setting the standard at Acadiana. We appreciate you. And now we're going to throw it back to Nick and Cole.
Well, that was Alex Hebert down on the sideline. Thank you for that, Alex. So we love having these interviews down on the sideline with some of the students and the players and the coaches and just administrators in general. Well, guys, stick around for more of the pregame show. We're going to go ahead and take a short commercial break. You're watching WRP here on YouTube.
Y'all ready?
Yes, sir. We're ready.
Let's get it.
To beat the competition. For Courtesy Automotive, much like the Wreckin Rams, success isn't just our goal, it's our legacy. Let's go Rams.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing the certainty of this delivery.
This team will make a push in January.
Absolutely, they're still in it.
But getting that delivery.
What do you think, Johnny?
How do you know my name? You're wearing a name tag.
Oh, yeah. 2-second rule?
So don't settle for just any insurance when there's State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Welcome back to Bill Dotson Stadium for your pregame show. Again, my name is Cole Gilbo. On the side of me, my broadcast partner Nick Fodno. And Nick, let's go ahead and turn the page to the Acadiana Wreckin Rams, riding a 3-game win streak, 3-3 overall. But the biggest number is 3-0 in District 3 5A. Of course, they're led by head coach Doug Dotson, offensive coordinator James Estes, and defensive coordinator Matt Moreau. Last week, the Rams beat Barb 49-42 in an offensive explosion is what we'll call it. It was basically a track meet back and forth up and down the field with virtually no defense in sight. But I tell you what, let's get to the stats that matter tonight against the Lafayette Mighty Lions. In 2024, Acadiana beat Lafayette 55-10. We talked about it just minutes ago. Last Lions win was back in 2006. Lafayette High has an 18-year losing streak against your Acadiana Wreckin Rams. I take pride in this next stat, though, Nick. Since the last Lions win, your Acadiana Wreckin Rams have outscored Lafayette 742 to 199. Good enough for an average of 41.2 points per game to 11.1 points per game. Lafayette High has only scored over 20 points 3 times in the last 18 years, Nick. They're gonna need more than 20 to beat the Rams tonight.
Well, you just love to hear it. You know, you love to hear all those stats. You can keep rattling them off. If you got any more, I'll listen to it all day long. I mean, anytime Acadiana gets the upper hand on Lafayette High, it's a good time. And the last 18 years, that's what Acadiana's done.
Well, let's get into the game notes of tonight. Tonight is senior night for the Wreckin Rams. They have 27 seniors on this team, 17 of which are starters. Not only is it senior night, though, it's also middle school night as well. So you might see some Judy's Middle School cheerleaders and players, some Scott Middle, Egum Martin, LJ Alamo, players from all middle school players from all around Lafayette Parish that are the future of this Wreckin Ram football program. Let's talk about the Veer machine, though. Your Veer machine averaging 38 points per game. Last week, they had 419 total yards against Barb, and they'll be led by quarterback Ty Lambertina. Last week, he was 6 of 10 passing for 157 yards and 3 touchdowns. He also had 1 reception for 9 yards. He was nominated for the Lafayette High School Player of the Week. Running back is going to be Dion Simon. Had a very strong outing last week. 16 carries for 197 yards and 3 touchdowns on the ground. On the side of him is going to be running back Syrian Joseph. He had 7 carries for 56 yards and a touchdown last week as well. When they go out wide, they're going to go to Travis the Train Gallion. 2 catches last week for 95 yards and a touchdown. And then you got tight end Tayshawn Benjamin got into the action last week with 1 catch for 13 yards and a touchdown. So that's a look at your Veer machine offense. Turning the page to the Terrible Turk defense, allowing 26.7 points per game. Last week, they did allow 514 total yards, mainly because of the human highlight reel that is Jalandon Gray, the quarterback for the Barb Buccaneers. If you tuned in last week, you saw Jalandon Gray give the Terrible Turks everything they can handle. And luckily, I'm going to say, Acadiana was able to hang on and the offense was able to outshoot the Barb Buccaneers. But when you break down those 514 total yards, they gave up 318 rushing and 196 passing. You never want to give up over 300 yards on the ground, Nick. I mean, that's not a recipe for winning a football game. Like I said, you could consider the Rams lucky to be able to come away last week against Barb with the W. But here's the bright spot for the Terrible Turks. Since the start of District 3 5A play, they're only allowing 14 points per game. And I tell you what, if this Ram team can hold Lafayette High to 14 tonight, I think me and you would both feel pretty comfortable in getting a win. With that being said, let's turn the page over to the injury report tonight. Quarterback / wide receiver Colin DeBetta is out tonight. It's a precautionary deal. He is projected to be back next Friday. Running back Troy Kinderson is out as well for the same situation, precautionary. He is also projected to be back next Friday as well. Linebacker Isaiah Lavallee is out week to week, and linebacker / running back Javian Lawrence is out week to week as well. So that's your injury report for the night. But before we do the starting lineups with Nick, I do want to take a moment to say this. We had a tragedy happen in the Wreckin Ram program over the week. We wanna, you know, wish our prayers and our thoughts to Dentrell Mouton. Dentrell was he was a 2019 AHS graduate and a former Wreckin' Ram football player who was tragically taken from us earlier this week. We ask that you please keep him, his friends, his family in your prayers. Twist was the embodiment of an Acadiana football player, and I've got to hear a lot of people talk about him, whether it be former coaches, former players, or just people that I know in general. They really love Twist, and they talked about his love for life and how he always brought a smile to everybody's faces. So we wanted to make sure that we say, you know, Twist, go ahead and fly high, buddy. Once a Ram, always a Ram, and we're thinking of you tonight. So just wanted to make sure we gave Twist and his family our thoughts and prayers on tonight's broadcast. But turning the page, I'm going to go ahead and throw it to my good buddy Nick Fontenot, who's going to give you tonight's starting lineups for your Acadiana Wreckin' Rams.
The starting lineups tonight for Acadiana High School. At quarterback, senior number 1, Tyler Martina. The running backs tonight will be number 8, senior Dion Simon, and number 9, senior Syrian Joseph. The wide receivers tonight is number 0, senior Travis Gallion, and number 16, junior Gabriel DeQueer. The tight end tonight will be senior number 81, Tayshawn Benjamin. The offensive line tonight for the Wreckin' Rams, starting at left tackle, senior number 55, George Getridge, and at left guard, junior number 52, Kedrick Bourgeois. The center tonight will be senior number 63, Nathan Fant. The right guard tonight, junior number 56, Landon Laverne. And the right tackle tonight, junior number 54, Isaiah Avalos. Starting tonight for the Terrible Turks defense, at defensive tackle, number 97, senior Christian Davis, and number 98, senior Jackson Hiltz. The defensive ends tonight, senior number 44, Dante Chavis, and senior number 87, Darius McKinley. The linebackers tonight will be senior number 5, Gavin Coleman, and sophomore number 4, Tylen Nolan. The defensive backs tonight, starting at the nickel, will be senior number 22, Gavin Heisaw, and the strong safety, senior number 3, Keon Lede. The free safety tonight will be senior number 15, JL Malbu. The cornerbacks tonight, senior number 24, Ty Thomas, and cornerback sophomore number 11, Mikel Narcisse. The punter and kicker tonight for the Wreckin' Rams will be junior number 90, Josh Marquez. That is the starting lineup for the Acadiana High School Wreckin' Rams.
That's your startups for your Acadiana Wreckin' Rams. We're going to go ahead and take another break. Stick around, though. We'll bring you the stats and figures for the Lafayette High Mighty Lions. Stick around. You're watching WRP here on YouTube.
At Southern Classic Chicken, we take pride in serving the freshest, seasoned, and marinated hand-breaded fried chicken. It's so good, it's wrong. Add in tasty sides like our zesty Cajun seasoned fries, savory red beans and rice, or sweet corn grits. Drive through today and pick up a family box or one of our classic combos and enjoy a true Southern classic. Oh, and don't forget the pepper.
Hey, Wreckin' Ram fan.
The relationship with Star and Acadiana High School started this spring when they were awarded the contract to service all of our schools, and the service has been tremendous. Our schools are cool, our teachers are happy, our parents are happy, and most importantly, our students are happy because when they enter those classrooms, it's comfortable, it's safe, and it's a good learning environment for our students. Just like Acadiana High, we set the standard in education. Star sets the standard on service.
Star is all about service. That's what we wanted, that's what we needed. We needed the proper service maintenance program. That is what Star does. That is the basis of their business, service and maintenance, which lessens the repairs and the replacements. Our service calls are dropping. Our repair calls are dropping. Our replacement calls are dropping. Just as Acadiana High is synonymous with championships in football, Star is synonymous with service. Ladies and gentlemen, it's in the name.
Star and Acadiana High School, we're both elite. Be elite.
Welcome back to Bill Dotson Stadium, where your Acadiana Wreckin' Rams are set to take on the Lafayette High Mighty Lions. Again, just a reminder, it is senior night as well as middle school night here at Bill Dotson Stadium. So The fans are full of fans, and it's a good night for football, Nick. Weather's beautiful. I really like the middle school night because not only do you have the Acadiana cheerleaders leading the football team out of the banner, you also have, like I said, Judy East Middle, Scott Middle, Edgar Martin, LJ Alamo, the list goes on. But it's really cool to see the future of Acadiana High School out here tonight, whether it be cheerleaders, players, fans, etc.
And we all remember our middle school night, right? How cool it was that you were able to be at Acadiana with the big kids, doing what they're doing on the field. And it's just a really cool experience for those kids. And it really starts to build that culture for those kids coming in. So, yeah, middle school night's always really cool to witness.
With that being said, we're going to go ahead and introduce the Lafayette High Mighty Lions. This season, the Lions come in 4-2 overall, 1-2 in District 3-5A. They're led by head coach Stephen Heron. Last week, they had an ugly 63-7 loss to Carencro. Offensively, the Lions come in averaging 31.7 points per game. Last week, though, they only averaged 180 total yards. They're gonna run a two-quarterback system, but coming out the gate first for the Mighty Lions will be QB1 Richmond Saunier, 6'3", 200 pounds. He will play some wide receiver when he is not at quarterback. Last week, he's a do-it-all type of guy. I call him like a Taysom Hill role that Ty Lambertina that we see from him. Last week, passing, Saunier was 5 of 10 for 61 yards and did throw an interception. Rushing, he had 4 carries for 8 yards. And receiving, he had 1 catch for 10 yards. So like I said, he's a do-it-all quarterback similar to what we usually see from Ty Lambertina. I call it the Taysom Hill role. But quarterback 2 for the Lions is going to be John Carney, 5'9", 170. Last week, he was 1 of 4 passing with 10 yards and had an interception. He also had 1 carry on the ground for 2 yards. When they run the ball, they're going to hand it off to their running back, Zabin Williams, 5'9", 175. Last week against Carencro, he had 16 carries for 81 yards. And when they go out wide, they go to Jamian Brown. He's a wide receiver / cornerback, a 2A player. He's 5'9", 160. He was a 2024 All-District selection in District 3-5A. Last week, he had 3 catches for 26 yards, and he also had 5 carries for 19 yards and their only touchdown against the Carencro Bears. Defensively, they're allowing 28.2 points per game. Last week, they allowed 482 total yards, only 70 rushing, though, and here's why. They decided to run a 5-man front, and to quote Gavin Peters, when he saw that, they decided it was going to be a big night throwing the football. So those rushing numbers are a little skewed because Carencro said, you know what, we're going to beat you through the air tonight when they tried to run that 5-man front. We'll have to see if Lafayette chooses to do that again tonight against the Veer Machine. They're going to be led by safety Kendrick Kahi, 5'9", 170. He's a returning starter and the defensive leader of this team. Behind him is going to be linebacker / tight end Hayes Swain, 6'2", 200 pounds. He's, of course, a 2A player for this ball club. Up front, they'll be led by defensive tackle Claude Alexander, 5'10", 225, who is a returning starter for the Lions. And lastly, the 2A player, defensive back / wide receiver Caleb Falk, 5'9", 170. He is also a returning starter. So that is a couple of the defensive leaders for the Lafayette High Mighty Lions. We're just waiting for the teams to come out of the banner. Lafayette High just came out of the north end zone, and your Acadiana Wreckin Rams about to make their way through that old school Acadiana banner. And here come your Acadiana Wreckin Rams. Bill Dotson on Friday night. That's me and Brett Lachele joked about it before the game. There's very few places you would rather be unless it's on the beach with a beer in your hand. But nonetheless, your Acadiana Wreckin Rams set to take on the Lafayette High Mighty Lions. We're going to go ahead and take our last pregame timeout. Stick around for the kickoff of this one here on WRP.
Hey, Wreckin' Ram fans, that's right, I'm in Big D, and I don't mean Dallas, Duson, Louisiana, where a dream became a destination. At Knox and Duson, timeless family recipes get a personal twist. Every bite has Louisiana flavor, from plate lunches to specialty burgers, to po' boys, fresh seafood, both grilled and boiled. And every Thursday through Saturday, we turn up the charm with live music and our very own Cajun Exotico breakfast every other Saturday morning. And don't forget brunch every Sunday. So come down to Knox and Duson, a proud supporter of Acadiana High School. Knox and Duson, don't knock it till you try it. Go Rams!
Welcome back to Bill Dotson Stadium, folks, and we're just minutes away from kickoff. We're just waiting for the captains to come to midfield tonight. It looks like the captains for tonight will be number 1, Ty Lamartina, number 0, Travis Gallion, number 8, Dion Simon, and number 55, George Gettridge. Those will be your captains tonight for the Wreckin' Rams. Well, while we wait for them to go to midfield, of course, we want to thank our fans for tuning in to Wreckin' Ram Productions tonight. Whether you're watching from here in Scott, Louisiana, or anywhere around Louisiana or around the globe, you are what makes this broadcast possible, and your love for Wreckin' Ram football. Really quickly going to introduce our producers. My audio producer, Mr. Denny Edwards. My video producer, Mr. Bradley Gaho. Of course, I am Cole Gilbo, your play-by-play man, and on the side of me, Nick Fodno. Well, down on the field, our captains are coming to midfield, and we'll wait to see what comes of the coin toss here in a few seconds.
Uncle T's Oyster Bar in Scott is your destination for Acadiana's best local seafood.
Featuring delicious oysters, po' boys, specialty dishes, boiled crawfish, and happy hour specials.
Uncle T's across the railroad tracks in Scott.
Serving Gulf oysters just the way you like them.
Your Marine Corps' way of life is to defend the American way of life. Every day, no matter where we serve, we take a stand for our nation, for each other, for us all. The few, the proud, the Marines.
And that you may comfort those who are affected by this. We thank you for everything that you have done and for all the things you are to come. In Jesus' name we pray, amen. Please remain standing for the national anthem.
Welcome back to Bill Dotson. You just heard the pride of Acadiana High School Wreckin' Ram band bringing you the national anthem, and we are moments away from this ball game, the oldest rivalry in Lafayette. Your Acadiana Wreckin' Rams taking on the Lafayette High Mighty Lions on senior night. Got moved up, from the end of the year. Usually it's the last home game of the year. We do still play Carencro, but Doug Dotson figured that bigger things on the horizon for this team, so I wanted to get that distraction out the way. Acadiana doing their senior night tonight. Again, just a reminder, 27 seniors on this roster, 17 starters. So we're gonna throw it back to the PA for a second, guys, and I think they're doing some sort of memorial down on the field.
I think they already did it, Cole.
They already,
yeah,
okay.
they
Just wanted to make sure.
did.
Well, we'll keep it here then. I appreciate you letting me know that, Nick. But looks like the kicking team for Lafayette High is coming on out. Again, Acadiana has won the toss and has elected to receive out of the north end zone. So we will see Ty Lambertina and the Veer Machine offense to start this ball game. And it's the Hunter Green versus the Kelly Green. It's the Goats versus the Kitties. It's the Battle of West Congress. It's 18 years since Lafayette High has beaten Acadiana. And we always talk about goals for the season, Nick. We always say the first goal, first and foremost, is to win District 35A. But I think we forgot one of those goals is always to beat Lafayette High. That's basically a staple for any football player that comes through this program. You do not lose to Lafayette High. But I know the Lions are going to do everything they can and give it their best shot, as they always do.
Well, Cole, there is going to be a year. I don't know when it's going to be. There's going to be a year that Lafayette catches Acadiana and picks up a win. I don't think it's going to be this year. I don't think it's going to happen this year. But there is going to be a year. It's going to happen. But Acadiana should be able to take care of business tonight.
Travis Gallion back deep to receive, as is Keon Leday. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a beautiful night for senior night football here at Bill Dotson Stadium. And it's hate week, people. And the hate is about to flow after this ball is kicked off. Cole Gilbo, Nick Fondo, let's play some football. Ball sky kicked, brought in at the 20. J.L. Malbrew going to run out of bounds at about the 27-yard line, and that's where the Veer Machine will have it, 1st and 10.
Basically, you just want to establish the Veer Machine, establish that running game right here, and put points on the board. We saw Carencro put 63 points on the board. Now Lafayette may show a different look to Acadiana. I'm sure they will. They're going to make those adjustments. I feel like they're building a coaching staff that's going to be able to make those adjustments on the Lafayette High side. So maybe we don't expect a 63-7 type win, but Acadiana just needs to establish the veer, establish the run, get things going, and they should be able to handle the Mighty Lions pretty easily.
Just a reminder, Colin DeBetta and Troy Kenderson out tonight. And here we go, Nick. Lafayette High coming out in a 5-man front. Handoff up the middle. Breaks through the first wave of tacklers. That's Dion Simon on a carry, good for a gain of about 5. 2nd and 5. Ball spotted at the 33.
Your pregame notes said that Carencro's coach Gavin Peterson made that adjustment once he saw what Lafayette High was showing there. You saw the 5-man front on the first drive. Let's see if Acadiana makes that adjustment, starts going to the air. We were seeing Ty put it in the air during pregame, and his balls were looking pretty good. If you're asking him to do that, he can get the job done.
Ty Lambertina under center. Ball is snapped. It looks like, I'm not sure if it was a fumbled snap or a quarterback design keeper, but either way, Lambertina gets a gain of 1, and it's going to be 3rd and 4.
Yeah, it looked uneasy. It looked like he was communicating to the offensive line some things, and maybe it was just a bad snap or a miscommunication. Nonetheless, he falls forward and picks up a couple of yards, so nice heads up from Ty, but it sets up this third and short.
3rd and 4. Lambertina under center, going to hand this one up over the middle. Syrian Joseph breaks a tackle. He's across the 45. He's across the 35, breaks another tackle, and he's out of bounds at about the 30-yard line. So a big run right there by Syrian Joseph. We've called his name all year long. He's a wide receiver, transition to running back, and all he's done is move the football every time he gets it in his hands.
He's really having a tremendous season. You can kind of see what Syrian can do once he gets the ball in space. And against this team, against Lafayette High, you can kind of tell the talent difference, right? The size difference. Syrian was so much bigger than what Lafayette High was trying to throw at him and tackle him, and took full advantage right there with the first down.
Lafayette High back in a 5-man front. Snap, 3-step drop. Lambertina throws it across the middle of the field, looking for Travis Gallion, but just out of his reach. It's going to be 2nd and 10.
Great play call from the offense. I mean, the throw was there. If the throw was there, Travis is going to get a big gain. Throw was just a little bit off the mark, but I like the play call. Make that adjustment. You see what Lafayette has done. You've been able to run the ball with success despite the 5-man front. Go to the air on that play. Beautiful play design. Ty's just got to be a little bit more accurate with that throw, and that's a big gain.
2nd and 10. Gallion to the far side. Looks like Talon Vito to the near side. Snap, handoff to Dion Simon, fighting, keeping those feet moving. He's going to be stacked up, though, after a gain of about 4, so Acadiana's going to be faced with a 3rd and 6.
We saw Troy Kenderson in the pregame talking to Alex Aber, our sideline reporter down there. He's in street clothes, not going to be playing in this game, so it's going to be up to Dion and Syrian to pick up that slack. We saw them do that last week against Barb, where they both had big games. They were able to take that load and kind of give us what we're missing with Troy. So expect another big night from those two guys against Lafayette High.
3rd and 6, 2 receivers stacked to the far side. Snap, toss play, Syrian Joseph looking for a hole. He's got one. He's across the 20, cuts inside to the 15, tackled at about the 13-yard line, and another strong carry by Syrian Joseph moves the sticks.
The play calling on this drive has been outstanding. It's been perfect. Every call has been right. Maybe the execution hasn't been quite where you want it, quite as crisp as you need it to be, but the play calls there. That tells me that coaches are in tune to this game. They know what they're doing. They're adjusting. They're making the right calls. And if the offense executes, it should be a really good night for the Wreckin' Rams.
1st and 10, ball at the 13. 2 receivers near side. Snap. Ty rolls out near side, looking, throws it downfield to Gallion. In and out of his hands. It looked like the ball hit off of his knee at about the 5-yard line. It just didn't look like a clean route right there. Ty was actually directing traffic, but nonetheless, it'll be 2nd and 10, ball at the 13.
And Gallion's so good, like him not coming up with that, you're kind of shocked. Like he's been very impressive. I was talking to Coach Dotson last week, and last week against Barb, he had a 5-yard loss, and it was like the most impressive 5-yard loss I've ever seen. Like everything Travis does on the football field is impressive. He's a great addition to this offense.
2nd and 10, 1 receiver to each side. Takes the snap, handoff up the middle. This is Syrian Joseph. Going to dive ahead for a gain of about 3. And Acadiana's going to be faced with 3rd and let's call it 7.
Yeah, we kind of talk about it every week that, Cy Joseph kind of got thrown into the heat a little bit, and as a running back, a guy who's never played running back in his whole career, and we just kind of take it for granted that he's playing so well at the position. I mean, you're talking about one of the premier programs in the state, and you're asking a guy who's never played the position to play the most important position on the field in this offense, and he's just done a tremendous job.
3rd and 7. Gallion to the top of your screen and Vito to the bottom. Snap, handoff. This is Simon. Able to get through one tackler, but not able to break another one. It's going to be 4th and about 3, and I expect the Rams to go for it here.
This veer machine is looking really smooth right there. Obviously, you'd want to pick up the 1st down, but you get a big gain. You make it more manageable, and everything's just running like it should. It just seems like it's a well-oiled machine right now. Everybody doing their job. Now, picking up this 4th down is going to be big, but right there, I just like the way everything's flowing. Even if you don't pick it up, it just seems like you got an idea of what's going on offense.
4th and a long 3. Hard count, nothing doing. Ty looks to the sideline for a play. And he's going to go ahead and take a timeout. We're going to go ahead and take a timeout with him. When we come back, we'll have some 4th down football. You're watching WRP here on YouTube.
Y'all ready?
Yes, sir. We're ready.
Let's get it. Success is more than winning and losing. It's a mindset. Season after season, we put in the work to beat the competition. For Courtesy Automotive, much like the Wreckin' Rams, success isn't just our goal, it's our legacy. Let's go Rams.
Welcome back to Bill Dodson Stadium. Your Veer machine coming on the field. They'll be faced with a 4th and a long 3. And I can tell you this, Nick. I'm expecting Travis Gallion's name to be called right here.
That's probably a good bet call. I would have liked to maybe kick the field goal here. I mean, I know you're Acadiana and you go for it on 4th. You should be able to pick this up. It's not a 4th and 1. It's a 4th and 4. Maybe give Josh an opportunity to get on the board, but we'll see what the Veer machine has on offense here.
See what offensive coordinator James Estes dials up here. Snap, toss play. Simon looking for the outside. He's across the 5. He's in the end zone. Dion Simon punches it in from about 8 yards out. And your Wreckin Rams strike first in this one. 6-0, pending a point out.
Well, that's why I'm not I'm not paid to make those calls. The offensive coordinator down there made a great call, and Simon gets it. So Wreckin Rams strike first. That drive was great. I mean, aside from being stuck down there with the 4th down, everything was so smooth. Ty's running the offense so crisp. Everybody's running their great routes. The running backs are doing what they need to do. The offensive line blocking beautifully. A vintage Acadiana drive to start this game and get 6 on the board.
Ty Lambertina to hold. Josh Marquez to kick. Hard count. Kick is up. Kick is good. No flags on the field. So 7-0 Acadiana leads this one with 8:07 left to go in the first quarter. We'll go ahead and keep it here, Nick. And when we do that, I like to give a couple of shout outs in these breaks. Miss Cheryl Gilmore watching us tonight from Gulf Shores. She watches every week. She's virtually our biggest fan. Not only is she one of our biggest fans, she watches from everywhere in the world, it seems, other than Scott, Louisiana.
Well, last week she was in Disney World. This week she's in Gulf Shores. I mean, she is literally living the life that we all want to live, just seeing the world, and every Friday night tuning in to WRP.
Thank you, Mr. Karen Bertrand, for tuning in tonight, as well as look at Mr. Donnie. I tell you what, Mr. Donnie in that tailgate spot 1, he says he's cooking for his little cousin's rehearsal dinner tonight, but he's watching on his phone. Thank you, Mr. Donnie, for tuning in. And then our buddy Nick Domingue, the voice of Ranger Review, watching with his dad, Mr. Harry. Again, we want to thank all of you guys for tuning in. Do not hesitate to message us on YouTube and let us know that y'all are watching. We love giving shout outs. Again, y'all are the reason that we're able to bring you Wreckin Ram football each and every Friday night.
Cole, that's the former voice of the team, Nick Domingue?
Yeah,
that's the same guy?
Oh, I think he was, what you call him, a drum agent? Drum agent Nick Domingue. Bring out the old photos. Josh Marquez back to kick. Kick is away, high and deep, but it will be playable at about the 10-yard line. Taken across the 50, across the 20, and he'll be tackled at about the 24-yard line, and that's where the Lions will start it, 1st and 10.
Defense didn't really have a strong game last week against Barb. I feel like they gave up a few too many points. Barb was kind of able to do what they wanted, and a lot of the credit goes to Jalandon Gray, who was just a tremendous athlete. But I want the defense to get back to what we had seen the first 2 weeks of district play and really keep Lafayette from being able to have any success. We know the defense is capable, led by Darius McKinley and the great secondary that they have with all the names that we read off every week. But you know, if they could keep Lafayette High down here, I think it would catapult you to some good things coming up in the later district schedule.
Lafayette High comes out, 3 wide receivers to the far side. Saunier in the shotgun. Gonna hand off up the middle. Met at the line of scrimmage by a host of Rams. Give them a gain of 1, though. It's gonna be 2nd and 9.
Cool, you can just see the difference in the size of these football teams. I mean, every Acadiana player is about an inch or 2 or 3 taller than anything that Lafayette is throwing, and those things matter. I mean, not only are you going to be bigger and stronger, but you're going to be faster. Lafayette High is just constantly playing that uphill battle to get things going, and with a defense like this, it's going to be a long night for the Lions.
Saunier in the gun, 2nd and 9. Going to be a handoff on a sweep to the near side. He turns the corner across the 30. Tackled at about the 33-yard line. Let's see where they spot him. It'll be close to the 1st down marker. I think they're going to mark him a yard short. So I'm expecting to see about a 3rd and 1, a 3rd and 2 here, Nick.
Yeah, it was a nice looking play, nice pitch. The running back gets on the outside and is able to pick up a nice gain. Let's see what Acadiana can bring on defense. Hold strong here and don't let Lafayette pick up any more yards. If they want to go for it on 4th down, it'll be a very questionable call to the coaching staff.
3rd and 2. 2 receivers stacked on the near side, 1 to the far side. Receiver goes in motion. Saunier's going to run the option to the far side, keep it himself, and he'll have enough to move the sticks for the Lions.
Man, it seems like Lafayette High has a Saunier at quarterback every year. It's just like, it must be brothers. They just keep coming back to back, kind of like the DeBettas at Acadiana, right? They just back to back come in and kind of play in the program. And every single year, Lafayette High has a quarterback named Saunier, and they can make plays. They can hold the ball. They can run the option. And right there, you saw Saunier pick up a 1st down.
1st and 10 Lions. Saunier in the gun. Excuse me, this is actually going to be Carney coming in for a snap. One of the running backs goes in motion near side. 3-step drop, looking. Throws near side. He's got a man, and it's caught. It'll be caught for about a gain of 10, and it should be good enough to move the sticks. Try to get you a number right here. Jamian Brown, the two-way player, the senior for the Lions. The pitch and catch right there, first down Lions.
And look, some of these plays are kind of what Barr was having success with against Acadiana. We saw some outside passes, we saw some options with Jelani Gray. Now, the athletes might not be to that standard that Jelani gave us, but they're seeing some things on tape that they were able to exploit Acadiana last week, and so far they have success right near midfield.
First and 10, ball at the 49. Two receivers far side, three receivers far side, one in the near side. Slot receiver comes in motion. Handoff up the middle, met behind the line of scrimmage. Oh no, he keeps his feet. It bounces out. It's going to be good as it stands for a gain of 8. Darius McKinley seemed for sure that he had him down behind the line of scrimmage, but a great job by the running back Williams, keeping his feet and turning the near side corner and getting a gain. Kind of questionable.
I'll tell you what, I just watched the replay here on the monitor. It did kind of look like his knee was down. Looked like his knee was hit the ground right about the 45-yard line, and he kind of took off. Referee never blew the whistle, and he kept it up. But that's a play from Darius McKinley that, he gets the type of guy that can take over a game. And when you have this Lafayette Mighty Lions kind of filling it on this first drive across the 50, gaining some yards, Darius made a play right there and just didn't get credit for it.
Two receivers near side, one on the far side. Corny's going to have a reverse. He hands it off. He's across the 40, and he'll be pushed out of bounds. That was Williams on the carry, and it will be enough to once again move the sticks for the Lions.
Good-looking play from Lafayette there. Kind of fooled you on the handoff to number 9, the running back, and then before it gets the ball, comes near side and really has everybody fooled on that play and was able to pick up the first down. So both offensive coordinators kind of in their bag tonight calling plays, and so far it's been a very impressive opening drive for both.
First and 10, ball at the 39-yard line. One receiver near side, two to the far side. Handoff up the middle to Williams. Not able to break through the first level. He's going to lose a yard. It's going to be second and 11, and that's more of the terrible Turk defense that we're used to.
Yeah, getting Lafayette to play from behind the sticks is going to be critical for this game, and that's what Acadiana should be able to do on first down. When Lafayette's able to get those 2, 3, even 4-yard gains on first down, then they start to feel like we got something going. We just got to get a couple more plays like that, and we can pick up this first down. But now with this second and 11, now they might have to get out of their comfort zone and try some trickery. So far they've had success with it, but eventually Acadiana should be able to feast.
Two receivers far side, one in the near side. Saunier in the backfield with Williams on his side. Second and 11. Takes the snap. He's going to hand off to Williams on a sweep. Great job right there by number 44, Dante Chavis, staying home. And it looks like Williams is going to lose about another 2 yards, and the terrible Turks are able to hold Lafayette right here to a third and long.
And I'll tell you what, on the edge play for Acadiana, as this season has gone on, Dante Chavis is really becoming quite the football player. He's picking up his slack on his side of the football, and when the play comes to him, he's usually there to make a play. We saw him have a great a fumble recovery earlier in the year. We've seen him make a few sacks, so credit to Dante Chavis. He seems to be getting better and better and better every game.
Third and about 13. Brown goes in motion far side. Two receivers to each side of the formation. Looking, throws it deep downfield. He's got a man. I believe it's in and out of his hands. Intended receiver was Brown. Just couldn't hang on, but I tell you what, that was a pretty good throw right there by Saunier, just not able to hang on.
Very reminiscent of what we saw in New Orleans last week with the Saints, where the quarterback just makes a throw that's not perfect, but a throw that should be caught. And Chris Olave didn't come up with it right there, and there the Lafayette receiver just can't come up with it. Sometimes you just got to go and make a play. Your quarterback put it where it could be caught. It wasn't perfect. You got to make a play, and right there the receiver just couldn't get it done.
Looks like Lafayette High is going to keep their offense on the field. Three receivers far side, one near side. Saunier in the gun. Williams on his side. Just noticing Nick down on the field, the play clock. They're empty. There's nothing on these play clocks down on the field, but Lafayette High is going to go ahead and take a timeout. We're going to take a timeout with them. Stick around for more WRP here on YouTube.
Timeout.
At Southern Classic Chicken, we take pride in serving the freshest, seasoned, and marinated hand-breaded fried chicken. It's so good, it's wrong. Add in tasty sides like our zesty Cajun seasoned fries, savory red beans and rice, or sweet corn grits. Drive through today and pick up a family box or one of our classic combos and enjoy a true Southern classic. Oh, and don't forget the pepper.
Welcome back to Bill Dodson Stadium. Your Wreckin' Rams leading this one 7-0. 4:35 left to go in the first quarter, and your Terrible Turks have held Lafayette High to a 4th and long here. Ball is going to be spotted at the 42-yard line. Really quickly, a couple more shout-outs. Lance Trahan watching this one with his fam right down the road. And Scott, thank you for tuning in, Lance. So, again, folks, keep those messages coming. We love to give shout-outs. But here we go. Let's reset. One receiver to each side of the formation, a wing to each side. Left wing goes in motion. Saunier in the shotgun. 3-step drop, looking downfield, steps up in the pocket, and he's brought down by Darius McKinley, who's going to get credit for the sack on that one. And the Beer Machine's going to take over at about the 50-yard line.
That is a strong effort from the defense right there. Lafayette High had a little bit of success early in that drive. They got across the 50, a couple plays, thinking they might be able to score, and the defense just stood tall. And on 4 consecutive drives, 2 plays behind the sticks, the overthrow on 3rd down, and then right here on 4th down, a big sack from Darius McKinley and setting up the Wreckin' Rams on the 50.
1st and 10 for the Beer Machine. Ball at the 50-yard line. 2 receivers stacked tight on the near side. Handoff. It's a reverse to Gallion. He got Lamartina lead blocking. He breaks the tackle. He's across the 50, but he's going to be forced out with maybe a gain of 1 or 2 right there. We talked to Doug Dotson after the game last week, and he told us, he said, man, we just got to invent ways to get the ball in Travis Gallion's hands more, and that was an example of it right there on that reverse.
Yeah, just remember, he's only been a part of this offense for 3 weeks. This is the 3rd week that we've had him, right? He was at Turlings last year, didn't get much time, and then he had the ineligibility issues early in the season, and so he's getting reaccustomed to this team, and they're going to start he's so explosive, so dynamic. They're going to find more creative ways to get him the ball.
2nd and 9, split back veer, handoff up the middle. Keeping those feet moving, give them a gain of 3, so Acadiana's going to be faced with a 3rd and 6. I believe that was Deion Simon on the carry.
One note on that previous play where Gallion ran for the no gain. Credit to Tyler Martina for not blocking in the back. He was very patient with the block. There was the Lafayette defender was kind of facing him where if he would have gone for that block, he probably gets called for a block in the back and a penalty on Acadiana. Instead, he just waited and waited. Now, him waiting allowed the defender to kind of make the play on Gallion, and Gallion could get a gain, but you would rather get the no gain than the penalty and push you back.
3rd and 6. Line the gain is the 40. Fakes the handoff. Lamartina's rolling near side. He's got a lot of green grass. He's looking downfield, throws it downfield. He's got 2 men back there. But it throw, oh, look, there it is, Nick. I was waiting on the flag.
Well,
it's going to be a pass interference against Lafayette. The intended receiver was number 12, Taylor Vito. And I'll be honest with you, it did look like the defensive back had his hands on him.
That's one of those calls that if it goes from your side, you like it. If it goes against you, you hate it. It's an underthrown ball. Not that great of a pass, but the underthrown ball forces the receiver to come back to get it. And when he does that, the defender's there and kind of makes contact. It's definitely a pass interference by the rule. But like I said, when it happens for your team, you're all for it. But on the other side, you're kind of thinking, man, that was kind of a cheesy one there. But nonetheless, it was the correct call by the official, and it sets up Acadiana pretty good.
Just waiting for them to respot the football.
Should be a 1st down.
It will be good enough for an Acadiana Wreckin' Ram.
I miss the old days where the referees would actually walk the yards off, like they were actually doing something. That's like, buddy, we have the marks on the field. You just got to figure out 15 yards from where, but then they would always try to walk it off, like, oh, my feet are a yard long. Yeah, whatever.
So going back to Travis Gallion, I want to bring something up to you, Nick. They're running a 5-man front, right? If you look on the near side here, you got a one-on-one with this wide receiver. You can run something with Gallion later. He breaks a tackle. He's in the end zone. Speaking of, it's going to be a handoff up the middle to Syrian Joseph. Good enough for about a gain of 3, so it'll be 2nd and 7. But it's just something that I'm noticing. If Lafayette's going to run this 5-man front and take away the interior of the defense, that leaves a lot of one-on-one opportunities for these wide receivers, especially Travis Gallion.
Well, it could be something that the Wreckin Rams are just trying to establish that run early, get a lot of these plays where you're gaining 2 and 3 yards, soften up the defense, and then go to that play. But yeah, Cole, that's a great point. I mean, Gallion one-on-one with just about anybody in the state is probably a mismatch, and definitely against these Lafayette defenders, he should be able to get open, and Ty can give it to him for a big game.
Especially with the cushion that they're giving. They're giving a 6-7 yard cushion. You run a screen and break a tackle, you might be in the end zone. Sweep is to Syrian Joseph trying to break a tackle. Not able to do so, but he does get a gain of about 4, and it looks like it'll be about 3rd and 3. A little scuffle going on that the ref had to go break up really quickly, but nothing doing there. But again, Acadiana's going to be faced with a 3rd and 3. Ball is at the 25-yard line.
This is where you want to operate if you're Acadiana, right? These 3rd and 3 situations where you got 2 plays to pick up this 3 yards. You know you're inside the 30-yard line. You're going for it on 4th down. So you got 2 plays to pick up this 3rd down, and that's what a good 1st and 2nd down will set you up for pretty much opening up your playbook here on 3rd.
3rd and a long 3. Snap. Trap play up the middle, keeping those feet moving. He'll be very close to the stick. Looks like they pushed him forward, and it should be enough for a Wreckin Ram 1st down. That was Deion Simon on the carry.
That's definitely like the luxury of being down there with only needing 3 yards. I mean, the majority of the plays in this offense is gonna get you 3 yards if you run it effectively. And the way the Fear Machine's working right now, and they're running this kind of getting on all cylinders, you're pretty much guaranteed to pick up that 3 yards. So a nice decision to just go for the easy 3 yards, reset the chains, and now you got a new set of downs to try to get in the end zone.
Ball at the 21-yard line, 1st and 10, Veer Machine. Quarterback keeper, Ty Lambertina, right up the middle, give him a gain of about 5. And I tell you what, if that's a design play, which I believe it is, I mean, it's got to be somebody not covering the center. Ty just takes the snap and runs for 5 yards.
And believe it or not, he was 1 tackle away from breaking it for a much bigger gain. I mean, somebody kind of grabs him from the back and pulls him down, but I know he saw the end zone, and he was thinking 6.
2nd and 5. Looks like Gabriel DeQueer, junior wide receiver, going to run in the play. Tell you what, Acadiana's having pretty decent success running on the interior of this Lafayette defense, even with the 5-man front, and that's a great sign. 2nd and 5. Handoff. Ball's on the ground.
Oh, no.
It's scooped up. Ty's going to have to chase him down. No, he won't. This is going to be a scoop and score by the Lafayette Lions. On the scoop and score is Parker Abshire, the senior linebacker. And just like that, you thought Acadiana was going to go up by 2 scores. Lafayette is an extra point away from tying this one up.
I wonder what happened on the play where Ty kind of backed off. Like, I thought he was going to have a chance to chase him down. I feel like Ty's faster than that kid. Maybe he would have had a chance to chase him down, but nonetheless, he saw something, immediately backed off, and a scoop was scored from Lafayette High. And look, that's the only way Lafayette High stays in this game. And we've said it the last few weeks. Mistakes, penalties, turnovers. And right there, the worst case scenario, an 85-yard scoop and score plus Lafayette.
Snap is a little high, but the kick is up. And the kick is good, and just like that, with 41 seconds left to go in the 1st quarter, Lafayette High ties this one up with an unfortunate scoop and score. We're going to go ahead and take a quick timeout, but stick around for more WRP here on YouTube.
Hey, Wreckin Ram fans, that's right, I'm in Big D, and I don't mean Dallas, Duson, Louisiana, where a dream became a destination. At Knox and Duson, timeless family recipes get a personal twist. Every bite has Louisiana flavor, from plate lunches to specialty burgers, to po' boys, fresh seafood, both grilled and boiled. And every Thursday through Saturday, we turn up the charm with live music and our very own Cajun and Zydeco breakfast every other Saturday morning. And don't forget brunch every Sunday. So come down to Knox and Duson, a proud supporter of Acadiana High School. Knox and Duson, don't knock it till you try it. Go Rams!
Welcome back to Bill Dotson Stadium. 41 seconds left to go in the 1st quarter, and this one's a little tighter than we thought it would be early on. Unfortunately, you just just witnessed Lafayette High pick up a scoop and score from, what was it, Nick, maybe 85 yards. They took that one back, and an unfortunate turn of events, but Acadiana's going to be getting the ball back. You got Travis Gallion back deep to receive, and Keon Lede on the far side as well. Would love to see the special teams have a strong return here. That's one thing that's kind of been lacking this year, is the return game. I would love to see some fireworks from the Wreckin' Rams tonight, and it would be a good time to get some of that momentum back. Kick is away. It's a sky kick. Going to be brought in at about the 20 by Gallion. No, he drops it, but he picks it back up. Able to break a tackle, and he'll be brought down at about the 35-yard line. So some decent field position for the Veer machine, and they'll have to bounce back quickly after that fumble.
Really unfortunate the way this scoreboard looks right now, tied at 7-7, because Acadiana's dominated this game. I mean, they dominated on offense. There's two really, really good-looking drives where one ended in a touchdown and one you got inside the red zone looking to punch it in, and yet a turnover flips the game, and Lafayette High is on the scoreboard 7-7. You're thinking it was going to be 14-0, and all of a sudden you're looking at a tie football game. So Acadiana just needs to keep doing what they're doing, right? Clean up that mistake. Don't put the ball on the ground. And what they're doing right now is a winning game plan. The kids just have to execute.
1st and 10, ball at the 36. Snap, toss play, Syrian Joseph with a lead blocker, Simon. Can he turn the corner? He's across the 40, and he's going to be tackled about a yard short, maybe a yard or two short of the stick. But another strong run by Syrian Joseph. Looks like it'll be 2nd and 2.
I am extremely impressed with offensive coordinator James Estes tonight. I mean, he is dialing up the correct play on just about every play. I mean, Syrian Joseph right there, the pitch outside. He had tons of yardage and sets up a nice 2nd and short. And I just feel like it's hitting on all cylinders right now. If you don't have that fumble, you're looking at what's turning out to be a dominant first quarter by Acadiana. Instead, the fumble scoop and score kind of makes the scoreboard look a little different than what the game's playing out. But Acadiana's really hitting on all cylinders on offense tonight.
2nd and 2. Snap. Outside run by Simon. Trying to find a lane. He does. He's across the 50, across the 45, breaks a tackle. He's still on his feet. He's down at about the 35-yard line. And Deion Simon with another big run is going to move the sticks for the Veer machine. But hold on. There is a flag on the near side at about the 40-yard line. We'll have to wait and see. It is in the area of holding.
Yeah, it looks like the official's coming over to Coach Dotson to explain to him what's going on, and I'm pretty sure this one's coming back. But again, even though the penalty is probably going to cancel out the play call was the right one. I mean, you got Simon out in space. Like we always say every week, the play probably doesn't happen without the hold, but still, I mean, the play calling was just great. And so you're looking at the way this offense is flowing tonight. Acadiana's just feeling it, clean up that fumble, and this is a dominant performance. But you just got to get back to what you're doing, keep it up. I think the offensive coordinator is doing a real good job, and that's a reason why putting the players in position to make these plays, the kids start executing, this game is going to go the way you want it to.
So it was actually a personal foul, Nick, and that's something that I didn't see down on the field. Personal foul against George Gettridge, the senior offensive lineman. Unfortunate for the Rams, it's going to be 2nd and long now. Lambertina under center, takes the snap, 3-step drop, looking downfield, throws it across the middle of the field, and not anywhere near his intended receiver, Travis Gallion. So the Rams will be faced with a 3rd and long, and you can see the frustration of Gallion right there, just not on the same page with Lambertina.
Yeah, I don't know where the miscommunication was, but that was clearly a miscommunication, and you can see Travis kind of upset that didn't happen. And again, when you're playing behind the sticks and you're forcing to pass the football, that's just not where Acadiana's comfortable. Can they make the plays? Yes, we've seen them pick up big gains through the air, but it's just not where you're comfortable offensively. The first couple of drives were great drives for you where you were sustaining them, running the veer, a few pass plays here and there, but now you're kind of forcing yourself to put the ball in the air, and it's just things like that where the miscommunication is not quite as crisp as when you're running that veer machine.
Gonna have to see what James Estes dials up here. 3rd and very long, toss play. Deion Simon, he has a lead blocker. Breaks a tackle, he's across the 40, but he's not able to break another tackle. I tell you what, Nick, it's going to be 4th down, but it's only going to be 4th and about, a long 3. James Estes is going to have a decision to make right here.
Yeah, a great big gain is exactly what you want to get on a 3rd and long like that. I mean, obviously you would have preferred to pick it up, but that's kind of that down and distance. You're kind of not thinking you have a play in the playbook that's going to be able to pick it up. So this at least makes you make a decision on 4th down as you set up a 4th and 4 decision here at this part of the field. Acadiana usually goes for it.
That's going to be the end of your first quarter, and it's been a tight one, folks. We got a tie game here at Bill Dotson Stadium, all wrapped up at 7. Stick around. We'll bring you some second quarter football here on WRP.
The relationship with Star.
At the Lafayette Parish Sheriff's Office, we believe building a strong organization starts with preparation, leverages teamwork, and harnesses the character of each individual. While using cutting-edge technologies and state-of-the-art equipment, our brave deputies are dedicated to keeping you and your loved ones safe. We're more than law enforcement. We're a team working together in service of our communities. The Acadiana Wreckin Rams know a lot about service, teamwork, and winning. When you're ready to join our championship team, come by or give us a...
Welcome back to Bill Dotson Stadium, the start of your second quarter. This one's all tied up. Acadiana 7, Lafayette 7. Before we start the plays, I want to give a couple more shout-outs to my parents, Kelly and Greg Gilbo, as well as my aunt and uncle Vernon and Renee Crater, watching this one on the patio on the Judy's. And probably our biggest fan, Miss J.D. Fotno, watching as always. Got to give some loves to the parents each and every week.
She sets it up on like her phone, and then one time she has it on her iPad, and one time she has it on her TV. But no matter where she's at, she's watching. So thanks to my mom for tuning in.
Acadiana faced with a 4th and about 3 here. Line to gain is the 46. Ball is spotted at the 43. Here we go. Lambertina, toss play. Syrian Joseph, got to get outside. He's across the 40, got to break a tackle. He's not going to do it. Lafayette High's defense stands tough, and they're going to have fantastic field position. They're going to take over at about the 45-yard line, and all you can do is tip your hat to the Lafayette High defensive ends and linebackers right there for stopping Syrian Joseph, which has been a tall task tonight.
So close to going up in this game 14-0, and instead now you're looking at a tie game going into the second quarter, and Lafayette High has the football. I mean, just like that, one mistake kind of turned this game on its head, and you were looking at a game that Acadiana was just going to dominate and run away with. Instead, the scoop score for Lafayette ties it up, and now Lafayette's got all the momentum, and they're feeling pretty good across midfield.
Ball at the 44-yard line. 2 receivers near side, 1 to the far side, and Saunier in the gun with a running back. Gonna run the option far side. Gonna pitch it to Brown, trying to get back to the line of scrimmage. He's going to be tackled at just about the line of scrimmage. Should be about no gain, so a great job right there by the Terrible Turks. It's going to be 2nd and 10.
Nice job from the Turks to kind of pursue and make that play happen. Horrible decision from the Lafayette quarterback to pitch. If he goes upfield, he's probably going to stop for about a 2 or 3 yard gain. He pitches the ball a little bit too early, and Acadiana was right there with their pursuit to make the tackle. So nice job from the Turks to kind of set this 2nd and long behind the sticks. This is where you want to be playing defense from.
2nd and 11, ball at the 45-yard line. 2 receivers far side, 1 near side, 2 running backs in the backfield. Brown's going to go in motion near side. Saunier, 3-step drop, looking near side, throws it deep downfield. It's a good-looking ball, but it's in and out of the hands of Keon Leday, nearly picked off. I tell you what, Saunier might have not made the best decision right there, letting that football go, but the pass itself, that kid's got a good arm.
Yeah, it looks good. I mean, just like his brothers before him. I mean, they can all throw the football. It's just the talent level is not quite there for around him to kind of make Lafayette High kind of take that next step forward. But the Saunier family at quarterback has always been dynamic. I mean, remember his brother Zan running all over this field and picking up big yardage for the Mighty Lions. So they have another Saunier behind center, and he's going to be able to make some throws.
3rd and 11, 2 receivers near side, 1 far side. Saunier in the gun, running back on his hip. Takes the snap, rolls out, far side, looking downfield, jump pass, in and out of the hands of, I believe that was number 24, Ty Thomas, the junior defensive back. I'm going to be honest, Nick, it's hard to see from being across the field. I thought he stepped out of bounds before that pass, and it looks like he did. They're going to mark him out at about the 48-yard line. They're going to say he stepped out of bounds before the pass, so now it's going to be 4th and about Maurice.
Yeah, and look, and that's a look like to us, that he did step out of bounds, but after he made the throw, what a great job from Acadiana. I mean, pursuing on the pass rush, forcing him into a bad throw, nearly picked off by Ty Thomas. So a stand by the defense. The offense is going to have to come into this game, run the offense like they have been doing, and get some points on the board to kind of give yourself the momentum back, because still, even right now, Lafayette High is kind of feeling like they're in this football game.
Hunter running with the football. They're going to have to go get him. He breaks a tackle. And I don't know, ball's on the ground. I'm not sure what Lafayette High punter was thinking right there. He just never punted the ball away. Tyler Martina and the rest of the special teams unit was able to crash down on him. And he coughs up the football at about the 45-yard line, and instead of, punting it away and the Wreckin Rams would have the ball somewhere around the 30, maybe even 20-yard line, Acadiana's going to start with this one on their side of the field.
I just kept waiting for him to kick the football. He was running with the ball, kick it. Acadiana was not coming after it. He never kicked it, and even if he would have gotten free, he had to run about 25 yards to get the first down. The odds of that happening, not very likely. So credit to the special teams for kind of sticking with him and not allowing the Lafayette punter to pick up the yardage. And now, Acadiana is in great field position, and starting at this field position, with the way this game is going, you have to score a touchdown. If you somehow end up with no points on this drive, that would be not great, because Lafayette High is really feeling like they're in this game right now, and they've been playing well. They've had a really good first half so far. The Wreckin Rams offense needs to come on this field and get in the end zone and kind of set the tone for what's going to happen the rest of this football.
You want to talk about momentum plays? It wasn't as big as a scoop and score, but that is a momentum play right there, especially if Acadiana can bottle this up and go down and get in the end zone. 1st and 10. Option play. Far side, looking. Lamartina not able to break a tackle. He's going to be brought down at the line of scrimmage, so it's going to be 2nd and 10. It never looked clean right there.
Yeah, it didn't look like it was going to be effective. Even if he had pitched the ball, I felt like he should have pitched it, but even if he did, Simon's probably going to have, at best, a 1-yard, 2-yard gain, so that play never really got off. But look, credit to Ty. He just tugged the ball, took his tackle, and moved on. Didn't do anything crazy with the football to kind of put himself in danger, setting himself up for a 2nd down try.
2nd and 10, ball at the 45-yard line. Classic split back veer, one receiver to each side. Snap, 3-step, looking. He's going to swing it out to Gallion. He's got it. He's across the 35, breaks a tackle. He's across the 20, the 10, and the train has left the station. Travis Gallion from 45 yards out does what he did last week against Barr and punches it in the end zone on a simple swing pass to the near sideline.
Well, you mentioned it earlier. You got Travis Gallion one-on-one on the outside. Throw him a little hitch route, throw him a little screen, throw him a little pass, and let him do something right there. Man, Travis Gallion, there's nobody on this Lafayette defense that's going to stick up with him. You could probably throw that exact play for 4 or 5 touchdowns tonight, and right there they get their first one. Acadiana's on the board and ahead of this game.
Travis Gallion, he's a handful, folks. Snap is good. Marquez's kick is away. Marquez's kick is good. So with 9:55 left to go in the 2nd quarter, your Acadiana Rams regain the lead 14-7. Stick around for more Wreckin Ram Productions here on YouTube. Welcome back to Bill Dotson Stadium. You just watched your Acadiana Wreckin Rams, and specifically Travis the Train Gallion punch one in from 45 yards out on a good pitch and catch. Breaks the tackle and takes it down the sideline. Acadiana takes that 14-7 lead. Josh Marquez back to kick this one away. Real quick, got to give a couple more shout-outs. Dylan Scott and Stryker Tronhall, 2 of my former classmates, are here tonight. Stryker texted me, though, and said, please give a shout-out to my granny and pawpaw, the Stelly family, watching this one from Scott, Louisiana. As always, we want to thank y'all for tuning in tonight. Josh Marquez's kick is away, and this one is boomed going to be through the end zone, and the Lions will start at the 20-yard line. Well, Nick, we talked about it earlier. After that botched punt play is what I'm going to call it from Lafayette High. Even though it wasn't a scoop and score, that was a momentum play. Look what happens. One play later, Acadiana punches it in.
Yeah, and you mentioned it earlier in the first half. You saw that one-on-one coverage that Lafayette High was given to Travis Gallion, which is questionable to start, but exploit it, right? Use it. Give the ball to Travis Gallion and make something happen. And if you do, probably good things are going to happen more often than not. And right there, you saw Gallion get the ball. And as soon as he got it, I mean, it was one move and he was gone. And that's the explosiveness that he brings to the offense. And I think we're going to see more of that moving forward this year, where if Gallion gets those mismatches, Ty just pitches it out to him, let him do something. I mean, I think worst case scenario there, you're going to get a big gain, and he finds himself in the end zone.
Carney takes the snap, fakes the handoff and keeps it himself. He's going to dive forward for a gain of about 1. It's going to be 2nd and 9. Folks, excuse me if I get the quarterbacks mixed up at times. Again, Lafayette High does run a 2 QB system. Sometimes it'll be Saunier, sometimes it'll be Carney. So as we get the game going, you kind of see that 11, that 15. I'll try to be a little more clean with it. We're not used to those 2 QB systems unless it's Ty Lambertino and Colin DeBetta over here. Ball's going to be spotted at the 21-yard line. The gain is the 30. 2 receivers going to be set up near side. 1 receiver far side. It's going to be Saunier back in the shotgun with a running back on his hip. Snap. Shovel play near side. This is Williams on the carry. Give him a gain. It looks like they'll give him a gain of 4, so it'll be 3rd and 5 and a good opportunity for the Turks to try to get off the field here.
Honestly, if you're thinking about the defensive effort tonight for the Wreckin Rams, not a whole lot going on for Lafayette High. I mean, they haven't really had a whole lot of success. They did have one drive where they got a couple of first downs, they got across the 50, and then the Turks kind of stood tall and got the ball back. Other than that, it's been a really impressive night tonight for the defense. Remember, that's 7 points on the scoreboard. That came on a scoop and score. That was not against this defense. So defense is kind of honed into what Lafayette's doing and not allowing them to get much.
3rd and 5. 2 receivers deep shot of the formation. Slot receiver goes in motion. They're going to swing it to him. This is Saunier, but he drops it. The quarterback, Saunier, they tried to hit him on a swing pass, not able to hang on to it. I can tell you this, if he did, it would have been an easy first down. But instead, Lafayette High is going to have to make a decision, and it does look like they'll bring the punt team, and I think that's the right call being this far in their on their side of the field.
Great job by the defense. We saw them kind of struggle last week against Barb and what they were able to bring to the table, and this week they're kind of back to what they're doing, playing against athletes that are just not on their level and doing exactly what you need to do when that happens. So great job by the Terrible Turks to get off the field on 3rd down.
Lafayette coming back on the field to punt. We're going to have to see if they get a clean one off this time. Travis Gallion back to receive at the 45. Snap is good. The kick is a really high one. Best to just get away from this one. It's going to bounce at about the 45 and kick the Rams' way all the way back to their side of the field on about the 46-yard line. So once again, the Bear Machine's going to have pretty good field position to start their drive.
And we saw Travis Gallion back there in the return game. I like it. Get him the ball any way you can. Get him in space and give him the ball. And right now you see him back on the football field. Acadiana starting this in great field position. Normally when Acadiana gets the ball already across midfield, it's advantage Acadiana. I mean, they're just going to punish you enough to get in the end zone. We saw that happen on the last drive where one play after that atrocious fake punt attempt or whatever that was, Acadiana gets on the board quickly. So we'll see what happens in this drive, but Acadiana usually feels pretty good when they start on the opposite side of the field.
1st and 10, ball at the 46-yard line. 2 receivers to the far side. This is going to be offsides against the Rams. The far side receiver that was across the field, all the way to the far side, was not set up, and he was actually past the line of scrimmage. I kind of watched it happen in real time. So this is going to be backed up 5 yards. It's going to be 1st and 15.
That's what I was going to say, Coach. You saw it immediately. You were pointing out the window and saw it. So if they could have seen you, they might have not been able to have that play.
I tell you what, Nick, unless the head referee got this mixed up, they called encroachment against Lafayette High.
Did he say encroachment?
Yeah, see, you got Acadiana players pointing at Lafayette High. You got Lafayette High players pointing at Acadiana. I'm 100% sure the white hat down here said encroachment number 12, Lafayette High. I don't know if he was confused there. Like I said, I watched it happen in real time. I do believe it's against the Rams. We'll have to see if he corrects himself here.
I did hear him say defense. I just don't know if that was a mistake.
Correction. False start was on the.
There you go. So he corrects himself. He calls the encroachment or the offsides against Acadiana, and that is the right call. So let's reset here. It's going to be 1st and 15, ball at the 49-yard line. And I don't know, Nick, after the success that we just had with Travis Gallion, do you try to reestablish the ground game for a couple plays, or do you just go back to the air again?
I think you do try to establish the run. I think that's where Acadiana wants to be. That's where they're comfortable. But if they're going to offer you that one-on-one coverage again with Gallion, you might as well try to take it.
They're going to line up really tight here. 2 receivers stacked in tight on the near side. Toss play. Syrian Joseph trying to find the edge. He's going to be tackled. It looks like he'll lose a yard. And I'll say this, Nick, for the last couple times we tried to run that specific play, it looks like they're starting to key up on Syrian Joseph on that outside run.
Yeah, credit to the Lafayette defense. I mean, they had it in the first quarter. Syrian was running that play for success. Yes, he actually ran into both sides of the field for success, and Lafayette's kind of figured it out and honed in on it and prevented it from being big plays. So credit to Lafayette for making a play. Like, they might be outmanned and they might be a much smaller team, but they're still out there competing. They're still going to make plays. So nice job from Lafayette to kind of get that going.
They're going to stack 2 receivers in tight once again on the near side. Lamartina under center. Fakes the handoff to Simon, rolls out far side. He's going to dump it off to Syrian, who makes a great catch. Right at the stick. We'll have to see where they spot him. It'll be enough for a Wreckin Ram first down. Ty Lamartina able to drop it in the bucket over the shoulder of Syrian Joseph, who goes for about 15 yards and another beer machine first down.
Exactly. That ball was floating right in the air, and Syrian just went and grabbed it. A great play from Tyler Martinez to get it to Syrian Joseph for a first down. Dropped it in the bucket. Exactly what you said, Cole. Great play from those 2 young men.
Classic veer machine. 1st and 10. 1 receiver to each side. Lamartina under center. Handoff up the middles to Simon. Breaks a tackle. He'll be tackled at about the 30-yard line. Give him a gain of about, let's call it 7. It's going to be 2nd and 3.
Yeah, I just like what Acadiana is doing on offense tonight. I mean, it's just been all really good. It's hitting on all cylinders. I don't think we've seen a game this year that's been like this, where the offensive coordinator is just calling great plays and they're just running the offense perfectly. Ty looks really good and crisp back there. Take away that fumble, and it's been an absolutely perfect night tonight for the Beer Machine offense.
2nd and 4. Snap. Handoff up the middle. I believe that's to Joseph, who dives forward for about a gain of 2, and it's going to be 3rd and 2.
Yeah, it's a pretty good call on 2nd down. Now you're setting yourself up with a 3rd and 2, and at this part of the field, you give yourself 2 downs to pick this first down up. So again, I just like what I'm seeing. It seems like it's running smoothly, and could it be because you're playing against an offense that you're a little bit bigger than? I mean, you could just see the size difference. It's so obvious on the field. Is that why this is happening? It's possible, but Acadiana just looks really crisp on offense right now.
3rd and 2. Handoff up the middle. No, Ty's going to keep it and run the option on the far side. He's going to be tackled just past the 20 at about the 17-yard line. And a good job right there by Ty Lamartina to move the sticks.
Great decision, and he's starting to feel more comfortable back in his role as the starting quarterback and taking command of the game. Right there, you saw him make the great decision, had the opportunity to pitch it. If he pitches it, it's probably going to be a first down. Instead, he keeps it, gets a nice gain. So nice job from Ty, and right now you're kind of trusting him to run the offense with the way everything's going. He's doing a really good job. Got the Wreckin Rams inside the red zone.
Just a mental note, Ty Lamartina chasing his first win as a Wreckin Rams starting quarterback.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this will be his first win if he can capture it tonight. He's going to swing it out to Gallion. It's high and a little too high for his intended receiver, Travis Gallion. He's got to put that one on the numbers.
Yeah, a little bit better throw there. Probably make something happen. I think the Lafayette defender had it snuffed out. It probably wouldn't have been a touchdown, but you at least probably pick up 3 or 4 yards and make your 2nd down play a little bit manageable. Bring that throw down and let Travis make a play on it.
Yeah, but going back to my comment, Nick, if you remember, for the first 3 games of this season, which 0-3, Ty was the starting quarterback. Since then, it has been Colin DeBetta who actually got the start in those games. Ty starting tonight, so if he's able to get the win tonight, it would be his first win as an Acadiana quarterback. 2nd and 10. Handoff up the middle to Syrian Joseph, keeps those feet moving. I tell you what, that's a very good run. Give him a gain of 7 or 8. It's going to be 3rd and short.
Especially with the situation, right? Second and 10, and not a whole lot working for you. Now you get it all the way to the 9-yard line and set yourself up pretty good here on 3rd down.
Got to give another shout out real quick. My good friend Bam Williams, who is actually a Carencro High graduate, but he's tuning in tonight to watch the Acadiana Wreckin Rams play the Lafayette Lions. He's watching out on his patio in Judice, Louisiana. Thank you for tuning in as always. Also, Chris Manuel, real quick, tailgate spot number 1. Uncle Crunk is what we call him around here. Tuning in. 3rd and 3. Handoff. Simon up the middle, breaks the tackle. Going to be brought down at about the 2-yard line, but it will be enough for a 1st and goal opportunity for the beer machine.
Excellent run. Leon Simon broke 2 tackles, kept the feet moving, and set himself up right here at a 1st and goal. That was just a tremendous run in this beer machine offense. You get a running back that turned his leg like that, keeps moving and follows his blocks, you're going to have a lot of success. And again, Acadiana just running really good. I just like what I'm seeing from the offense tonight. It looks really, really smooth.
1st and goal Rams. Ball at the 2. Receiver stacked in tight here, 1 to each side. Galligan goes in motion. Handoff up the middle. Deion Simon, no gain right there. It'll be 2nd and goal. Hey, a credit to Lafayette, their defensive line. They haven't really stopped that interior run all too often tonight, but to do it at the goal line, impressive.
Yeah, they're really outmanned right there, so for them to step up and not really give in. You would kind of think some teams might just hold their head while Acadiana's down here, they're going to score anyway. That's not what Lafayette did. They're on their 1st down. They stood tall and prevented the Wreckin Rams from getting in the end zone on that 1st down play.
2nd and goal, ball at the 2. Want to shout out to Logan Primo, one of my best friends, watching this one from out in Carencro tonight. Classic veer, 1 receiver to each side. Ty Lambertina under center, going to keep it himself and walk into the end zone.
Took a flag on the play call.
Timeout.
Lafayette High
Lafayette
was able
High.
to get a timeout off before that play
Their
took
second
place. So unfortunately,
timeout
that's
of the
going
half.
to negate Ty Lambertina's touchdown run. We're going to hurry up and take a quick timeout with them. Stick around for more WRP here on YouTube.
Y'all ready?
Yes, sir. We're ready. Let's get it. Success is more than winning and losing. It's a mindset. Season after season, we put in the work to beat the competition. For Courtesy Automotive, much like the Wreckin Rams, success isn't just our goal, it's our legacy. Let's go Rams.
Welcome back to Bill Dodson Stadium. Your Wreckin Rams have this one 2nd and goal. Ball at the 2-yard line. Looking to punch this one in and take some serious momentum going in to near halftime. What's been the most surprising thing to you tonight, whether it be what Lafayette High is doing, what Acadiana's doing? What has stuck out to you the most tonight in this 1st half?
I think Ty's ability to run this offense as smoothly and crisp as it's been. Because look, those first three games with Ty, it wasn't quite where you wanted it to be. It wasn't as smooth. So much so they made a change at quarterback. Tonight he comes in, he's starting the game, and this offense looks crisp, man. I'm really impressed with what they've done tonight so far on offense.
2nd and goal. Handoff up the middle, trying to dive over the pile. We'll have to see if they give it to him. Syrian Joseph on the carry. We're waiting for a call. Looks like they're going to mark him at the 1. So Syrian not able to get in the end zone right there. Another credit to Lafayette High's defensive line making some stands at the goal line.
Now you might be saying like, oh, well, we scored 63 against New Iberia. We scored 60 whatever against Sulphur. It was looking smooth that night. It's not about the points. It's just about the way it's looking, the play calling, the way Ty has command of it, the way everything's running all together. Like, it just looks great right now. And you see Acadiana gets in the end zone there with the Tyler Martino rush, but you just see how everything's just looking so great. Even running that play to Travis Gallion, like the play calling is great. Tyler is really comfortable understanding running this great offense and his real machine gets on the board.
Tyler Martino calls his own number and dives into the end zone, and Acadiana takes a 2-score lead here, 20-7 with about 2:30 left to go in the 1st half, pending the point after. Tyler Martinez set to hold, and Josh Marquez on to kick this one. The uprights. Kick is up. Kick is good. 21-7, your Wreckin Rams lead. Stick around. We'll bring you more football here on WRP on YouTube.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing the certainty of this delivery.
This team will make a push in January.
Absolutely, they're still in it.
But getting that delivery.
What do you think, Johnny?
How do you know my name?
You're wearing a name tag.
Oh, yeah. 2-second rule?
So don't settle for just any insurance when there's State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Welcome back to Bill Dotson Stadium here on senior night and middle school night as well. And a pretty packed stadium on both sides of the field. Lafayette High bringing a really solid crowd on that away side. And the home side at Bill Dotson, packed as always. Love to come out and watch their Wreckin Rams. 21-7, Acadiana just punched one in on the legs of Ty Lamartina, calling his own number. Josh Marquez back to kick it away. Kick is a high one. It's definitely going to be returnable. Brought in at about the 5. Special teams got a hand on him and a great job to bring him down at about the 15-yard line. Looks like it was number 85. AP is what we call him. Anthony P. Love that kid. He's a senior as well. Great job right there getting down the field and bringing Brown to the ground. And Lafayette High is going to have to start this one at about their 16-yard line.
Cole, I wanted to go back to a point you made about the crowd. If you look over at that Lafayette sideline, it's packed. I mean, they brought a lot of people to this game. There have been some years where Lafayette did not travel well to this game, but they did not bring their fans. I think that's a testament to what they're building there. They're going to get that culture turned around over at Lafayette High. I think this rivalry is going to start getting a little bit closer as the years go by.
First and 10. Saunier going to keep it himself. Dive forward for a gain of about 2. It's going to be 2nd and 8 for the Lions.
And if you really think about it, this game should probably be 28-0. Acadiana was down there about to punch it in when they had the fumble. The score from Lafayette gets on the board, but it's really been a dominant performance from Acadiana on both offense and defense. The offense for Lafayette High really hasn't gotten going. They haven't gained so much. They had a couple first downs on one drive, but other than that, Acadiana defense has pretty much snuffed it out, and the offense is just running really crisp. It's been a dominant performance. It looks like a 21-7 score on the scoreboard, but it's really a lot more dominant than that on the Acadiana side.
2nd and 8, 2 receivers near side, 1 far side. Running back goes in motion to the far side. 3-step drop, looking downfield, throws it across the middle of the field, but wide of his intended receiver. So the Lions will be faced with a 3rd and 8 right here. Keep in mind, folks, Lafayette will receive the second half kickoff. There is about 1:35 left on this clock. I would love for the Terrible Turks to get off the field here, call a timeout, and give us one more chance to do something with the football.
Completely agree. If you can somehow get this football and move down the field like you have been, I mean, it's really been quick scores. Acadiana gets the ball. That first drive of the game was one of those vintage, methodical, fear machine offenses, but Acadiana's been getting the ball and scoring quick, so I agree. Get off the field right here and give the offense a chance to put some points on the board before halftime.
Lafayette High is going to take a timeout. We're going to take one more quick timeout with them. Stick around for more WRP here on YouTube.
At Southern Classic Chicken, we take pride in serving the freshest, seasoned, and marinated hand-breaded fried chicken. It's so good, it's wrong. Add in tasty sides like our zesty Cajun seasoned fries, savory red beans and rice, or sweet corn grits. Drive through today and pick up a family box or one of our classic combos and enjoy a true Southern classic. Oh, and don't forget the pepper.
Welcome back to Bill Dotson Stadium. Your score, Acadiana 21, Lafayette 7 with 1:35 left to go in the first half. Lafayette backed up, looking at a 3rd and 8, and me and Nick just talked about it. Got to find a way to get off the field right here and give that beer machine one more chance before halftime. 2 receivers near side, 2 to the far side. Saunier in the shotgun. Slot receiver goes in motion to the far side. Drops back to pass, swings it across the field, but it's well wide of his intended receiver. So not only is that going to be 4th and long, it stops the clock, and your beer machine's going to get the ball back with one more chance to get points before the half.
That play for Lafayette never looked like it had a chance to really develop. I mean, they were just all out of cohesion the whole time as they were trying to run that play with the motion, and it didn't really look crisp. I mean, you saw him kind of force that throw a little quick and had no chance to get it. So now Acadiana gets off the field on third down there. They're going to give the ball back to the offense. Travis Gallion set up on the other side of the 50 to try to return it. So this is a really big opportunity for Acadiana to put some more points on the board before half.
Looks like Acadiana's going to bring pressure right here. It's a bad snap. They're coming after it, but he does get it away. Kick is actually pretty decent. Going to bounce at about the 45 and kick the Wreckin' Rams' way. Ball's going to be spotted at about the 42-yard line. So Acadiana's going to have about 1 minute and 20 to go about 42 yards. And with the way that the offense has gotten things done tonight, that's not out of the question.
It's the second punt tonight for Lafayette High that we've seen take an Acadiana bounce. So there's something about the way he kicks the ball that once it hits the ground, it takes an Acadiana bounce and you gain a few more yards. Acadiana set up right here on the 42-yard line. Again, these strikes have been quick. We saw a quick strike to Gallion for 6 in one play. We saw that last drive. It was a few plays. You were already down there inside the 20-yard line, punched it in for another touchdown. So Acadiana has plenty of time right here. Got a couple of timeouts to really get this offense going and put some more points on the board.
Travis Gallion, the near side receiver. Vito in the slot. 3-step drop, fakes the handoff, looking downfield. He fires it deep downfield, and Travis Gallion's there. But unfortunately, it's over his stretched out hands. It just looked like he kind of undercut that post route. If he would have ran it a little more fat to the goalpost, Ty Lambertina laid it up a little deeper in the end zone than I think Gallion was ready for. But man, that was a missed opportunity right there.
Yeah, a great route from Gallion to get open. He had him all the way, a little bit more accurate throw. They get a touchdown. And I want to give credit to the offensive line on that play. I mean, Ty had a great clean pocket, plenty of time to throw. Lafayette actually had a decent pass rush on that play, but the offensive line didn't let him get anywhere near Ty, and he was able to make a clean throw. Just got to be able to connect on that one.
2nd and 10, 1:11 on the clock. Acadiana does have 2 timeouts. They're going to throw a quick swing to Vito. He catches it. He's across the 40, cuts inside, and he's down just shy of the 30-yard line. It will be enough to move the sticks for a beer machine first down, and the clock will stop momentarily.
I like the play call so far on this drive. Trying to run these pass plays, trying to pick up some big chunks quickly. Not a whole lot of time on the clock, but plenty of time to go down there and punch it in for 6 more points. So nice job by the offense to try to make things happen. You would have loved to get a more accurate throw on that play to Gallion, but nonetheless, the offense is back and clicking.
Listen, a credit to Taylor and Vito right there for making an athletic catch. 1st and 10, ball at the 30. 3-step, pump fakes, throws it downfield. It's to Gallion, but it was badly underthrown, and honestly, it was into double coverage. It looked like Ty just threw that one up and really didn't. He wasn't on the same page with Gallion right there at all.
Yeah, I don't mind the throw, and I don't mind the decision to pump fake because it did halt that safety and allowed Gallion to make that second move. The throw was just kind of nowhere near Gallion, and honestly nearly picked off a little bit more on that throw, and it's picked off. But you see Gallion kind of walking off the field on the outside of the end zone there, so he's not going to be a part of whatever play Acadiana calls here. But nonetheless, a decent opportunity for Acadiana to strike there, and it didn't happen.
2nd and 10, ball at the 30. Handoff, Simon. Give him a gain of about 3. It's going to be 3rd and 7, and they're going to call a timeout. So the Wreckin' Rams will take a timeout. We're going to take a quick timeout as well. Stick around for more WRP here on YouTube.
Timeout and a half.
Hey, Wreckin' Ram fans, that's right, I'm in Big D, and I don't mean Dallas, Duson, Louisiana, where a dream became a destination. At Knox and Duson, timeless family recipes get a personal twist. Every bite has Louisiana flavor, from plate lunches to specialty burgers, to po' boys, fresh seafood, both grilled and boiled. And every Thursday through Saturday, we turn up the charm with live music and our very own Cajun Exotico breakfast every other Saturday morning. And don't forget brunch every Sunday. So come down to Knox and Duson, a proud supporter of Acadiana High School. Knox and Duson, don't knock it till you try it. Go Rams!
Welcome back to Bill Dotson Stadium. Your Wreckin' Rams have the football with about 35 seconds left to go in the first half. Looking to get a couple more points before halftime. Quickly want to give a shout out to my best friend Ben Dubuque watching tonight. Don't get to call his name too often. He says, "How you doing, buddy?" How you doing back, man? So Acadiana, when they retake the field right here, going to be about a 3rd and 7. Ball is going to be at the 27-yard line to gain the 20. Ty Lambertina under center. One receiver to each side of the formation. Gallion is the notable receiver on the far side. Three-step drop looking. He's got to step up in the pocket. He's going to be sacked. Ty Lambertina is going to be sacked for a loss of about 5. It's going to be 4th and long, and we'll have to see if they want to try to kick a field goal with Marquez here. I know he has the leg for it.
Yeah, we've seen him kick. He's a big-looking kid. We've seen him kick the balls out of the end zone right there. So I don't know if they want to try it with Josh or maybe go for it on 4th down, but it would really be disappointing to kind of be in a prime position where you're starting the drive on the other side of the 50 and not get any more points. Cole, you mentioned it earlier, Lafayette High will get the ball coming out of halftime. So despite the fact that they haven't had any success offensively and haven't been able to move the ball, I would say if you're Lafayette High and you're able to go into halftime with the score at 21-7, you're feeling all right. You're in this football game. There have been multiple games over the last 2 decades where this game was beyond over by halftime, and that hasn't happened tonight. And again, Acadiana is playing well offensively and defensively. It just somehow can't put it away. It's just been quite the struggle on the offensive side to get points on the board, despite the fact that they're running pretty crisp. Everything looks pretty clean. It's just been a credit to Lafayette High to kind of keep them at bay and not allow them to do everything they want to do on offense. So it looks like we're seeing the offense going back on the field, but you know, it's an opportunity to put points on the board here. You really would hope that the offense can get it done.
Yeah, instead of opting for a long field goal here by Josh Marquez, Acadiana is going to bring their offense back out. One receiver to each side of the formation. The notable receiver, of course, is Travis Gallion to the near side. Snap, 5-step drop, looking. He's going to throw it Vito's way. Vito's got a one-on-one, but well wide of his intended receiver. Ty actually put it to the back pylon. Just like I said, led him a little too far, and Lafayette High is going to take over on downs with about 22 seconds left to go in this half.
Yeah, I really don't mind the play call there. I mean, you're trying to make something happen. That's not where you're most comfortable. Those aren't your most strong plays. Those are, you know, high risk, high reward plays, and you know, Ty just puts it up there, try to let the receiver make a play, just kind of let him a little bit too much, and the ball kind of sails. But I don't mind the play there. You really wanted to try to get points on the board, and honestly, you kind of felt like you were going to get some points. I mean, the way the drive started, it was just a matter of time before they marched it down the field and got points, and they did it. And now, you know, Lafayette just hanging around. You just letting them hang around and feel like they have a chance in this game, something that they haven't had a whole lot of in this rivalry by halftime. It's usually over. They're feeling pretty good right now.
2 receivers near side, one to the far side. Saunier in the gun. 3-step drop looking near side. He's going to let it go. Yeah. It's picked off. It's picked off. He's down at about the 25-yard line, so we thought the half was going to be over, but the beer machine gets another chance with 15 seconds left. And what is Lafayette High thinking there?
That is just a poor decision. Looks like they're going to have a personal foul penalty here on the sideline, but just an awful decision by the coaches to put that ball in the air. I mean, you just felt it as soon as Saunier dropped back to pass. You just knew it was going to be intercepted. I mean, I didn't even have to see where it was going. As soon as they made that decision, the interception was going to happen. Now Acadiana in great field position. So obviously we're not upset about it because it happened for our side. But yeah, absolutely horrible decision by Lafayette to do that. At worst case scenario, you want to go in at halftime and set this up at 21-7. Instead, now Acadiana's got the ball in great field position, and they're going to keep trying to put points on it.
No, they're actually going to back up Acadiana right here. It was the sophomore linebacker, Taylor Nolan, on the interception, but after the play, he's going to get hit for an unsportsmanlike conduct, which is actually going to move the Wreckin Rams back to the 39-yard line instead of about the 24-yard line. So unfortunately, that's a costly penalty by the young kid, but nonetheless, a great play right there to jump the route. And, you know, like I mentioned, you got 15 seconds left. No timeouts, though, so whatever Acadiana does right here, I'm curious to see what James Estes dials up.
Well, you would almost think whatever play they throw would have to be beyond the sticks, right? Because the clock will stop immediately for the first down until they snap the ball. So you got to be able to extend this game somehow. So any play they call, you hope that you would have to get a first down. So there's no use in running any plays that wouldn't get a first down. Everything should be beyond the sticks from here.
Snap. 5-step drop, looking far side, throws it far side. He's got Gallion one-on-one, in and out of the hands of the safety. Clock stops at 8 seconds, so Acadiana's going to have another chance here. I mean, the play calling has been pretty obvious at the end of this first half, and it's basically just to play jump ball with Travis Gallion and see if he can come down with one of these.
And you know you got to keep trying, right? You got to keep trying to put those points on the board. The throw's just not there. The play's just not there. It's just not, the execution's just not there on that play. The play calling is obvious, like you said. That's kind of what you got to do at this point. You got to throw the ball beyond the sticks. Now it's almost at the point where you got to throw the ball in the end zone because you're not going to have much time after this play would develop to run any more plays. So it's obvious what they're doing. You just wish that they could connect on it, give Travis that opportunity. Right there, Ty throws into double coverage, and it was nearly picked off.
2nd and 10, 8 seconds left to go in the half. Delay a game by the Wreckin' Rams.
I tell you what, we say it every week, and it's cliche, and you hate to kind of just beat a dead horse for lack of a better term, but the only chance Lafayette High has in this football game is mistakes and penalties by Acadiana, and that's exactly what's happening here. 21-7 score is the direct result of mistakes and penalties. We saw the turnover that led to the scoop and score that put 7 points on the board for Lafayette. The unsportsmanlike penalty right here sets them up for to be out of field goal position, and right now the delay of game just has everything out of sorts.
Quick pass to Vito. It's a hook and ladder.
Almost.
But well snuffed out by the Lafayette High Mighty Lions. So the hook and lateral is not to be, and that's going to be the final play of the first half. Acadiana goes into halftime leading this one 21-7 against the Lafayette Lions. Again, a reminder, Lafayette will be receiving the second half kickoff. I kind of asked you earlier what the biggest surprise of this game was. I'll kind of give you mine, and it's honestly the fact that Acadiana has dominated the game, and Lafayette High is still in it. So that's of course a credit to the scoop and score that happened earlier in this ball game. You mentioned it. In a perfect world, it would be 28-0, maybe even more than that, because you would capture some momentum. But Lafayette High hanging around, and when you let listen, folks, if you're Lafayette High fans, I'm sorry, but I'm going to say it. If you let a pretty bad team hang around, things can happen. So, but I will say the bright spot, obviously, is the terrible Turk defense, basically throwing that goose egg in the first half. Lafayette High really not able to do much on offense. I don't foresee, unless they make some major adjustments, that changing. But to your point, it feels like Acadiana has held the possession all night long, but they only have 21 points to show for it.
And it feels like right here at the end of the half, you let them off the hook. Like you really had an opportunity to kind of take control of this game. We know Lafayette High is going to get the ball at halftime. They haven't had a lot of success on offense. I wouldn't expect them to do much with the football, but again, if they go in there and make some adjustments, they can. Right there, you had really an opportunity to put this game away. If you go down the field and get to 28-7, you really put Lafayette on their heels, and now they're not feeling they're in the game. But only down 2 scores, they're definitely feeling pretty good about this. That's why the decision to throw the ball on the previous possession made no sense, because at 21-7, you're feeling pretty good. That's the worst case scenario there. Instead, Nolan gets the interception, setting you up at the 20. You're thinking, well, you're at least going to get 3 if everything doesn't go well. And then the personal foul penalty kind of bails Lafayette High out, and they're still able to go into halftime 21-7. So, yeah, quite unfortunate. I mean, look, you're looking at the scoreboard, you're like, oh, 21-7. Man, that doesn't tell the story of this game. This has been a dominant performance on both sides of the football, and yet it's 21-7. And Cole, we talked about it off the air before the game. We're kind of texting back and forth of how we thought this game was going to go. This is honestly what I thought it was going to be, just a struggle, just an ugly struggle where Acadiana comes out on top, but Lafayette's just going to be pesky and hang around, and the 21-7 halftime score proves that that's exactly what it is. Just not the game that you thought it was going to be, despite both units playing well. You can't really point to anything that you can do better. Nonetheless, the scoreboard says 21-7.
21-7 is your halftime score. Acadiana leading this one. We're going to go ahead and take a quick commercial break, but when we come back, Miss Alex Hebert, our sideline reporter, is going to have a special halftime interview for you guys. But please stick around for more Wreckin' Ram Productions here on YouTube.
Y'all ready?
Yes, sir. We're ready. Let's get it. Success is more than winning and losing. It's a mindset. Season after season, we put in the work to beat the competition. For Courtesy Automotive, much like the Wreckin' Rams, success isn't just our goal, it's our legacy. Let's go Rams.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing the experience of this trainer,
Good to go.
but getting that trainer.
Megan Trainer. I'm all about that brace, no trouble. Give me your arm.
No, it's not for that.
Who are you?
Patrick, I play football.
This is Patrick, everyone. Give it up for Patrick. He does sports.
So don't settle for just any insurance when there's State Farm.
Why is no one clapping?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
At Southern Classic Chicken, we take pride in serving the freshest, seasoned, and marinated hand-breaded fried chicken. It's so good, it's wrong. Add in tasty sides like our zesty Cajun seasoned fries, savory red beans and rice, or sweet corn grits. Drive through today and pick up a family box or one of our classic combos and enjoy a true Southern classic. Oh, and don't forget the pepper.
Hey, Wreckin' Ram fans, that's right, I'm in Big D, and I don't mean Dallas, Duson, Louisiana, where a dream became a destination. At Knox and Duson, timeless family recipes get a personal twist. Every bite has Louisiana flavor, from plate lunches to specialty burgers, the po' boys, fresh seafood, both grilled and boiled. And every Thursday through Saturday, we turn up the charm with live music and our very own Cajun Exotico breakfast every other Saturday morning. And don't forget brunch every Sunday. So come down to Knox and Duson, a proud supporter of Acadiana High School. Knox and Duson, don't knock it till you try it. Go Rams!
The relationship with Star and Acadiana High School started this spring when they were awarded the contract to service all of our schools, and the service has been tremendous. Our schools are cool, our teachers are happy, our parents are happy, and most importantly, our students are happy because when they enter those classrooms, it's comfortable, it's safe, and it's a good learning environment for our students. Just like Acadiana High, we set the standard in education. Star sets the standard on service.
STAR is all about service. That's what we wanted, that's what we needed. We needed the proper service maintenance program. That is what STAR does. That is the basis of their business, service and maintenance, which lessens the repairs and the replacements. Our service calls are dropping. Our repair calls are dropping. Our replacement calls are dropping. Just as Acadiana High is synonymous with championships in football, STAR is synonymous with service. Ladies and gentlemen, it's in the name.
Star and Acadiana High School, we're both elite. Be elite.
Hi, Alex Abear here with WRP, and Mr. Mayor Jan Scott Richard has joined us for this halftime show. Thank you so much, Mayor, for being here with us.
Thank y'all for having me.
We're super excited. We're here, Acadiana versus Lafayette High, biggest rivalry. And this has been a rivalry since I was alumni. I mean, I am alumni from here, came here. Same for you?
Same for me. This is one of the most hated ones we've had, cross-town rival, but always a good match, and it's always good. You got a lot of families that cross both lines and a lot of friends on both sides, but of course, once we hit the field, it's totally a different scenario.
Totally different, but it seems we always stay professional and, you know, hold the standard. And I've even noticed just down underneath watching people come together, Acadiana and Lafayette High, like you said, families crossing paths, nieces and nephews playing for both teams, cheering, dancing, and all that band. So it's really nice to see. It's nice to see so many people in the stands, too.
Absolutely. We got a great turnout tonight. The weather's perfect. It's a perfect Friday Night Lights scenario.
It is, and we have our middle schools here, LJ Alamont, Judy's Middle School, Scott Middle School. All the dancers, cheerleaders are with us, and the football players here, so they get to see, you know, hopefully what they're going to, whether it's Lafayette or Acadiana High.
Right. They're going to get that first game experience. Getting on the field is big for those kids, and it sets the tone for them as they get into high school.
It does, and we are proud of our Wreckin' Ram football team. They have definitely pulled through and shown.
Yeah, it looks like they're playing well tonight. Everything's starting to iron out. Offensively, they look well, like they're playing well. Defensively, they're playing exceptionally well. We had just that one hiccup on the fumble, but you know those types of things happen. Is how we bounce back. But
playing without players that we normally keep.
Yeah, it looks like the better's out with a turf toe, but you know Kinnerson's out. But hey, you know it's adversity. We want to be prepared for adversity situations, and looks like the coaching staff's done a good job.
Absolutely, and teaching them to rise to the standard, to the occasion is definitely something that comes through in situations like this. So we love to see that. So let's talk about some of the things going on in the community.
Okay.
As far as like Acadiana, Scott, all those things.
Yeah, we got, I mean, things are going well. Obviously, we have a lot of growth happening in our community. The residential growth is through the roof. We got a lot of commercial activity. A new Pedro's coming, Waffle House. Finally, some activity on the destination point. Some pretty big infrastructure projects coming up. Obviously, LA 93, we have a double roundabout near that destination point on the north side of the interstate. That's going to be big. We're going to be overlaying the frontage road going east towards Mill Street, near where the park acquisition property is. And then just normal growth that we see day in and day out. But the big thing I want to let everybody know about is our first music series coming to West Village. You know, we've had some wonderful Village Beats is going to kick off Thursday, October 23rd, 5 to 9, starting out with DJ Digital, which is one of the best DJs in the area, followed by the Good Dudes, and then we cap off the night with Wayne Toop. So 5 to 9 inside West Village. We encourage you to bring friends and family.
And there was somebody in Atlanta, something in between?
Yeah, I think there's an Atlanta playing in between DJ Digital and the Good Dudes. But it's going to be a great night. The weather looks amazing. It's a great venue. Got plenty of parking. They can have food, free. Drinks for those that choose to divulge in a little beverage. Yeah. But it's going to be a great opportunity to come on out and fellowship and enjoy the community. And hopefully it spurns a music series in the spring and the fall. And that's the big thing. We're trying to do a spring series for 3 and a fall series of 3 as well. So it should be a great night. Good mix of music. You got a DJ, you got Good Dudes, and then you got Wayne Toop, so you got a good genre of music, and it's going to be a great night. So come on out and support.
It's going to be so great. That's all we've been talking about is how awesome this is for Scott and our community and bringing people together and friends and family, you know, kids, welcome and all that. And West Village is beautiful. If you have not been, it is absolutely beautiful subdivision. The square is perfect. Great for gatherings like this.
Yeah, because that's where we have our run, our annual run for the Business
Academy.
Academy.
Of the Rams, absolutely.
You know, and also Acadiana Eats for those is November 1st, which is going to be a couple weeks after the Village Beats. But that's put on by KLFY, Gerald Grunick and his team. A great opportunity to have food from all over the Acadiana area, so you can come on out and support some of those vendors. Again, that'll be inside West Village as well. So really trying to kick off that music series. The weather's absolutely perfect. It's great for fall. To take your family out. You can patronize all the local vendors as well as get some local good food and beverage. And so it's a great opportunity to really get together and network.
Yes, so that's next Thursday. But on Saturday, November 1st, before Acadiana Eats, make sure you come by and shop the Ram Christmas Market located in the boys' gym that the dance team is putting on. You can get some Christmas shopping done early. PJs and the rec room will be open. We have a 50% off sale going on in the rec room right now, in-store only. And then after you do your shopping, you can head out. Go to Acadiana Eats.
Absolutely, because Acadiana Eats doesn't start till 11, so you got plenty of time in the morning.
Plenty of time.
Go and patronize those local vendors here at Acadiana High, and then come on out to West Village. So
yes, shop local, and we're encouraging our students. We're going to have volunteers from Beta, National Honor Society. The dance team will be there. Business Academy students will be there. You know, just to really get involved and you know, be in our community. Also, Halloween in Scott.
Halloween in Scott is October 26th. That's from 2 to 4. That'll be in Scott Park. We have a Made in Scott event put on by Envision Scott, our local chamber. That'll be November 8th. So we got a lot of events. We got October 23rd, October 26th, November 1st, and then, of course, November 8th. So, I mean, a lot of good events. Follow the City of Scott Facebook page, the mayor page as well. Both the chamber and the Scott Business Association do a great job of promoting on their social media avenues as well. So we encourage y'all to just get involved, man. We got a lot of great. Scott's where it's at. And then, of course, our Business Academy. I mean, I can't applaud Miss Abear enough for the work she's doing and the work that's happening within our schools with PJs in the rec room. We're going to have a drones school. I mean, there's just a lot. The bank's open, Neighbors Credit Union. So we got a lot of great things happening. And Scott's the place to be. Acadiana High is the place to be. And so we encourage y'all to get involved.
Making public school important. That's the main thing. We love it. Watching our band, perform in their amazing halftime show as always. So yeah, we're excited. And, you know, like you said, the Business Academy, it's been such an honor to, you know, to take in this role from Ms. Bennett, who, you know, set the foundation for an amazing program that I'm so grateful to have been chosen to take it on. And
yeah, you're doing a great job, and you got a great team around you, and I think that's what's important. The administration's supportive of it, and we're thinking outside the box, and we're doing some good things to really get our kids that business experience in the high school setting, so that when they get out in the real world, whether it's going into college or whether it's going straight into the workforce, they're prepared.
Yes, and we can't thank you enough for how involved you are with everything at Acadiana, from Business Academy to athletics to just being, you know, a pillar of our community and, you know, showing our kids graduating from here, moving away, going play, coming back, and now you're the mayor.
Yeah, we got,
you know.
yeah, anybody can do whatever they want. I mean, I love this community, and we got great leaders. I got a great team around me. We got a phenomenal police chief, a phenomenal fire chief. So all those things are important in making a community successful.
Awesome. Well, we thank you for your time.
Thank you
Mayor
for
Richard,
having me.
we
I appreciate it.
you. Yes.
Go
thank
Rams.
you. Absolutely. And we'll be right back with more Nick and Cole at Wreckin' Ram Productions.
Y'all ready?
Yes, sir. We're ready. Let's get it. Success is more than winning and losing. It's a mindset. Season after season, we put in the work to beat the competition. For Courtesy Automotive, much like the Wreckin' Rams, success isn't just our goal, it's our legacy. Let's go Rams.
Y'all ready?
Yes, sir. We're ready. Let's get it. Success is more than winning and losing. It's a mindset. Season after season, we put in the work to beat the competition. For Courtesy Automotive, much like the Wreckin' Rams, success isn't just our goal, it's our legacy. Let's go Rams.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing the experience of this trainer,
Good to go.
but getting that trainer.
Megan Trainer. I'm all about that brace, no trouble. Give me your arm.
No, it's not for that.
Who are you?
Patrick, I play football.
This is Patrick, everyone. Give it up for Patrick. He does sports.
So don't settle for just any insurance when there's State Farm.
Why is no one clapping?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
At Southern Classic Chicken, we take pride in serving the freshest, seasoned, and marinated hand-breaded fried chicken. It's so good, it's wrong. Add in tasty sides like our zesty Cajun seasoned fries, savory red beans and rice, or sweet corn grits. Drive through today and pick up a family box or one of our classic combos and enjoy a true Southern classic. Oh, and don't forget the pepper.
Hey, Wreckin' Ram fans, that's right, I'm in Big D, and I don't mean Dallas, Duson, Louisiana, where a dream became a destination. At Knox and Duson, timeless family recipes get a personal twist. Every bite has Louisiana flavor, from plate lunches to specialty burgers, to po' boys, fresh seafood, both grilled and boiled. And every Thursday through Saturday, we turn up the charm with live music and our very own Cajun Exotico breakfast every other Saturday morning. And don't forget brunch every Sunday. So come down to Knox and Duson, a proud supporter of Acadiana High School. Knox and Duson, don't knock it till you try it. Go Rams!
The relationship with Star and Acadiana High School started this spring when they were awarded the contract to service all of our schools, and the service has been tremendous. Our schools are cool, our teachers are happy, our parents are happy, and most importantly, our students are happy because when they enter those classrooms, it's comfortable, it's safe, and it's a good learning environment for our students. Just like Acadiana High, we set the standard in education. Star sets the standard on service.
Star is all about service. That's what we wanted, that's what we needed. We needed the proper service maintenance program. That is what Star does. That is the basis of their business, service and maintenance, which lessens the repairs and the replacements. Our service calls are dropping. Our repair calls are dropping. Our replacement calls are dropping. Just as Acadiana High is synonymous with championships in football, Star is synonymous with service. Ladies and gentlemen, it's in the name.
Star and Acadiana High School, we're both elite. Be elite.
Uncle T's Oyster Bar in Scott is your destination for Acadiana's best local seafood.
Featuring delicious oysters, po' boys, specialty dishes, boiled crawfish, and happy hour specials.
Uncle T's across the railroad tracks in Scott.
Serving Gulf oysters just the way you like them.
At the Lafayette Parish Sheriff's Office, we believe building a strong organization starts with preparation, leverages teamwork, and harnesses the character of each individual. While using cutting-edge technologies and state-of-the-art equipment, our brave deputies are dedicated to keeping you and your loved ones safe. We're more than law enforcement. We're a team working together in service of our communities. The Acadiana Wreckin Rams know a lot about service, teamwork, and winning. When you're ready to join our championship team, come by or give us a call.
Your Marine Corps' way of life is to defend the American way of life. Every day, no matter where we serve, we take a stand for our nation, for each other, for us all. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Y'all ready?
Yes, sir. We're ready.
Let's get it.
Success is more than winning and losing. It's a mindset. Season after season, we put in the work to beat the competition. For Courtesy Automotive, much like the Wreckin Rams, success isn't just our goal, it's our legacy. Let's go Rams.
So who's ready now?
And if you know, you know. Southern Classic Chicken is a North Louisiana favorite, famous for crispy chicken and that pepper on the side. And they kept it simple, fresh, and full of flavor. And now, for the first time, they're franchising. And guess what? Lafayette, the hub city, is the very first franchise location. I'm excited because I've heard great things about the chicken. And you know, one thing about people here in Southwest Louisiana, we love good food, and we understand that's what we can expect with Southern Classic Chicken.
Y'all ready?
Yes, sir. We're ready.
Let's get it.
Success is more than winning and losing. It's a mindset. Season after season, we put in the work to beat the competition. For Courtesy Automotive, much like the Wreckin Rams, success isn't just our goal, it's our legacy. Let's go Rams.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing the experience of this trainer,
Good to go.
but getting that trainer.
Megan Trainer. I'm all about that brace, no trouble. Give me your arm.
No, it's not for that.
Who are you?
Patrick, I play football.
This is Patrick, everyone. Give it up for Patrick. He does sports.
So don't settle for just any insurance when there's State Farm.
Why is no one clapping?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
At Southern Classic Chicken, we take pride in serving the freshest, seasoned, and marinated hand-breaded fried chicken. It's so good, it's wrong. Add in tasty sides like our zesty Cajun seasoned fries, savory red beans and rice, or sweet corn grits. Drive through today and pick up a family box or one of our classic combos and enjoy a true Southern classic. Oh, and don't forget the pepper.
Hey, Wreckin' Ram fans, that's right, I'm in Big D, and I don't mean Dallas, Duson, Louisiana, where a dream became a destination. At Knox and Duson, timeless family recipes get a personal twist. Every bite has Louisiana flavor, from plate lunches to specialty burgers, to po' boys, fresh seafood, both grilled and boiled. And every Thursday through Saturday, we turn up the charm with live music and our very own Cajun Exotico breakfast every other Saturday morning. And don't forget brunch every Sunday. So come down to Knox and Duson, a proud supporter of Acadiana High School. Knox and Duson, don't knock it till you try it. Go Rams!
The relationship with Star and Acadiana High School started this spring when they were awarded the contract to service all of our schools, and the service has been tremendous. Our schools are cool, our teachers are happy, our parents are happy, and most importantly, our students are happy because when they enter those classrooms, it's comfortable, it's safe, and it's a good learning environment for our students.
Welcome back to Bill Dodson Stadium. You're right on time. Your Acadiana Wreckin' Rams coming out the south end zone to start this second half. Acadiana leading this one 21-7 against their hated rival, the Lafayette High Mighty Lions. A reminder that Lafayette will be receiving the second half kickoff. It's been a fun one so far. Acadiana dominating the time of possession. And like we talked about right before halftime, I feel like Acadiana has had the ball virtually the entire game, but the scoreboard doesn't reflect that. Lafayette High was able to take a scoop and score back about 85, 90 yards early in the first half to tie the game at 7. Since then, Acadiana's kind of held them at bay. As I mentioned, it's still a 2-score game, but you would imagine when you see the time of possession that it would be a much different score on the scoreboard, and that's a credit to Lafayette High for hanging around. And like I said, if you let a bad team hang around for a little bit, things happen. But Acadiana is looking to pull away in the second half. Josh Marquez got this one teed up. And Nick, I'll turn it to you real quick before he kicks this one away. Is there anything specific that you're looking to see in this second half?
Honestly, no, Cole. I mean, what do you change? What do you improve on? I feel like the offense is playing well. The defense is playing well. It's just for some reason, it's 21-7. I feel like the last drive of the game, they kind of let Lafayette High off the hook and probably should have got some more points on the board, but they didn't. The scoop and score kind of put Lafayette on the board and kind of made this score look a little different than what it probably should look like. But no, I mean, don't change anything. The defense is playing lights out. Lafayette High hasn't had any success on offense, and the offense is clicking on all cylinders. So I honestly don't know what you change. You just got to put some more points on the board.
Marquez's kick is really deep. They're going to say he's at the 1. They're going to run a reverse here. They're going to run a reverse here, and they got a lot of room. He's across the 30. He's across the 40, and he's tackled at about the 43-yard line. So Lafayette High able to execute that reverse on the kickoff to perfection and able to get around midfield, and they'll be in some good territory to start their first offensive drive of the second half.
We talked about it leading into the second half. Acadiana just hanging around. I mean, Lafayette High just hanging around and feeling like they have a chance and doing good things can create those opportunities where they feel like they have a chance to upset Acadiana tonight. And that special teams play right there sets them up in good field position. Hopefully the defense kind of stands tall like they have been all night long and not let this Lafayette High offense get going.
2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Saunier in the gun with a running back. Slot receiver comes in motion. That's Brown. It's going to be a hand up the middle to Williams. Give him a gain of about 1, maybe 2. It looks like it'll be 2nd and 8.
Just not a whole lot working well for Lafayette High. They haven't had any success on the ground or through the air against Acadiana. We saw that opening drive that Lafayette High had where they were moving the football quite well, got a couple of first downs, but after that, this terrible Turk defense has been on the football field and snuffed out everything that Lafayette High was doing. So it's been a nice job from the defense kind of adjusting to whatever Lafayette High was having success with on that opening drive and just not allowing them much anything for the rest of this game.
2nd and 8. Ball spotted at the 46-yard line. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 in the near side. Saunier in the shotgun. And Lafayette High is going to burn a timeout. Excuse me, it was Kearney in the gun, but nonetheless, Lafayette High is going to burn a timeout quickly in this second half. We'll take a quick timeout with them, but come on back for some more WRP here on YouTube.
Y'all ready?
Yes, sir. We're ready. Let's get it. Success is more than winning and losing. It's a mindset. Season after season, we put in the work to beat the competition. For Courtesy Automotive, much like the Wreckin' Rams, success isn't just our goal, it's our legacy. Let's go Rams.
Welcome back. Lafayette High lining up quickly here. 2nd and 8, 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Kearney in the shotgun, running back on his hip. 3-step drop, looking across the middle of the field. He's going to let it go deep on the near side, and it's picked up. No, it's dropped. Great coverage right there by number 11, Mikael Narcisse, the sophomore defensive back, but not able to hang on to the interception. It'll be 3rd and 8 for the Terrible Turks.
Narcisse made a great play on the ball, kind of came back for it. Sonia throwing into double coverage. Narcisse comes back for the ball, makes a play on it. You couldn't quite see that on the broadcast, but nonetheless, Narcisse made a great play on the ball. Just kind of falls out of his hand and drops it. He's one he'd like to have back because it hits him right in the hands, but nonetheless sets up this 3rd and long for Lafayette High.
Great opportunity for the Turks to get off the field early in this second half and give the ball right back to their Veer machine. 3rd and 8. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Looks like Kearney in the shotgun with a running back. This is going to be an illegal procedure on the near side. They're going to stop the play. The near side receiver closest to the sideline, I believe that was Saunier, was not lined up, and that's going to back up the Lions 5 yards. Reset this one. It should be 3rd and about 13.
Yeah, we heard it in the booth next to us, the public address game management group screaming it as loud as they can. Illegal procedure. I think everybody in the stadium saw exactly what you just called out, Cole. A very obvious illegal procedure penalty for Lafayette High.
So let's reset here. Ball's going to be spotted at the 41-yard line. It's 3rd and 13. Line to gain is about the 46. Snap. Looking far side. Throws it far side. It's complete to Saunier. He'll be pushed out of bounds at about the 50-yard line. So give him a gain of about 8. And it's going to turn into a 4th and 4. And I'm expecting Lafayette High to keep their offense on the field here.
No doubt about it. I mean, this is kind of the best offensive drive you've had since that opening drive. You're at the 50. You got a 4th and somewhat manageable. You've had a few plays on this drive where you can maybe have some success and pick up a 4-yard gain to get this first down. So I would totally expect Lafayette High to keep their offense on the field. Looks like they're going to do just that, and it's going to be up to the Terrible Turks once again to stand tall. The Turks have still done a good job. Despite the minimal success that Lafayette's had on this drive, they're still not even across the 50. So the Terrible Turks can just step up and make this stop. You can put the ball back in Tyler Martinez's hands.
Saunier back at quarterback. 1 receiver to each side, and there's a wing to each side of the formation as well. Brown comes in motion across the formation. They're going to pitch it back to him, and it's blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Big number 87. Guess who? Darius McKinley puts a stop to that drive, and here comes the Veer machine.
Man, number 87, Darius McKinley. What a season he's having, right? When he just pins his ears down and wants to make a play, he can do it. He will take over a game. He's done it multiple times this year, and right there, he wasn't let Lafayette High have any of that trickeration or anything. He's starting to feel themselves right near the 50. Busts through the line, penetrates, makes a great tackle, and puts the ball back in the offense's hands. Now you got to see that offense clicking, right? It has been clicking. It's been a good night for the offense, just not a whole lot of points on the board. You really want to see Acadiana establish the run, get in the end zone, and kind of start to put this game away.
I don't have the stats readily available in front of me. I would love to know the amount of tackles for loss that kid has this season already. Veer machine going to take over. 1st and 10, ball at the 44. Lambertina barking out orders to his offensive line. 20 seconds on the play clock. Takes the snap, handoff up the middle. Good job right there by Lafayette High's defense to hang tough. It's only going to be about a gain of 1. Let's reset. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Yeah, it's not quite to the point of the game where you want Acadiana to start to like burn the clock or start worrying about the clock. But it is time to like maybe get some points on the board quickly, and then maybe you can start doing it, have one of those methodical drives. But where you're starting in this field position, it's just really critical that you find the end zone somehow.
2nd and 9. Handoff, Simon, far side. Give him a gain of maybe 2, and it looks like Acadiana's going to be faced with a 3rd and about 7.
Yeah, Lafayette defense is playing kind of a bend not break, right? They're stepping up too. They're making plays, and it looked like Simon was going to bust through the line there for a big gain, and all of a sudden he gets met by a Lafayette defender, and it turns into a minimal 2-yard gain, setting up this 3rd and long. Lafayette High not giving in, really feeling like they have a chance. That's what's going to happen when you let a team like this hang around. They're feeling like they can win this football game right now.
3rd and 7. Ball at the 41-yard line. Line to gain to 34. 3-step drop, looks near side, completes it to Gallion, but met right away. It looks like they'll spot him at about the 35, so he'll be about a yard short of the line to gain. It's going to be 4th and 1, and just like Lafayette, I expect Acadiana to keep the offense on the field.
Yeah, nice looking throw there from Ty, right on Gallion. He makes the catch, but another great play from Lafayette defense to keep him from getting that first down and setting up this 4th down play where we do expect the offense to stay on the field. But again, one big play from Lafayette High could give the momentum right back if they don't pick up this 4th down play.
4th and 1. Hard count, nothing doing. Lamartina looks to the sideline, gets back under center. It's a QB keeper. And I believe he has enough. They're going to spot him at the stick, Nick.
Well, I tell you what, that's a really...
The far side ref has him short. The near side ref has it as a 1st down.
Yeah, it's a really... Okay, they gave him the 1st down. Signal from the white hat. Yeah, that was a really bad spot. I mean, I thought Ty had it easily. He just fell forward for like 2 yards. I thought he had the 1st down, but the way the spot was, it was questionable. Nonetheless, sustains the drive, moved the chains, and a new set of downs for the Wreckin' Rams.
1st and 10. Handoff up the middle. That was ugly at the mesh point. Syrian's going to dive ahead for about a yard, but that did not look like a clean handoff.
This drive's been a bit clunky. I mean, there's no doubt about it. We were talking about how it was clicking on all cylinders in the first half. It just hasn't been that in this 3rd quarter so far. This drive has not gone off to a good start. Like you said, penetration from Lafayette High, the mesh point. Lafayette High is making a lot of plays. Acadiana does have the 1st down. They were able to move the chains, but nothing really going quite as smoothly as it did in that first half.
2nd and 9. Snap. Ty's going to keep it himself, trying to turn the corner. Not able to really do so. Dives ahead for another gain of 1. It's going to be 3rd and about 8.
And boy, this Lafayette defense has stepped up on this drive. I mean, they are just, it's every yard is tough. Every play is tough. Acadiana is gaining positive yards on each play, but it's not much. I mean, you're setting up this 3rd and 7 right now. That's a play that Tyler Martino was probably going to pick up 4 or 5 yards in the first half. Lafayette's adjusted, and their defense is making plays, stopping Ty right there on a short gain and setting up this 3rd and long. So Lafayette went into halftime and found out whatever was working for Acadiana, because this drive has been really clunky for Acadiana, and I think a lot of that is credit to what Lafayette High is doing on defense.
Timeout down on the field, and we'll take a quick timeout as well. Stick around for a 3rd and long situation for the Veer Machine here on Wreckin' Ram Productions.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing the certainty of this delivery.
This team will make a push in January.
Absolutely, they're still in it.
But getting that delivery.
What do you think, Johnny?
How do you know my name?
You're wearing a name tag.
Oh, yeah. 2-second rule?
So don't settle for just any insurance when there's State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Welcome back to Bill Dotson Stadium. Your Wreckin' Rams leading this one 21-7 with 6:58 left to go in the 3rd quarter. But Acadiana is facing a 3rd and 8 situation. Nick, I mean, with where we are on the field, it is 4-down territory. You don't have to get all 8 of these yards right here, right now. I expect to see some kind of run and maybe get half of it to set you up on 4th down. We'll have to see what happens. It's a reverse. Gallion trying to turn the corner. He's across the 30. Shuffles out of bounds at about the 26-yard line. He's going to be about a yard or 2 short, but there is flags on the play. We'll have to see what the call is down on the field.
The Lafayette High defense is acting like it is a personal foul. So they did something. They were questioning what happened. Foul. It looks like it is going to be a 50-yard personal foul. That's going to be enough for Acadiana 1st down.
Late hit against the Lafayette Lions is going to move the sticks for the Veer Machine, and instead of it being a 4th and short, It's going to be a fresh set of sticks for the Wreckin' Rams.
But great call on that play. I mean, that's exactly what you needed. It was 4-down territory. You had a 3rd and long. A play to Gallon picks up about 6-7 yards, and it gets you to that 4th and 1. So a nice play from Acadiana there. The penalty sets them up for a 1st down. Now you're inside the red zone.
Let's reset here. 1st and 10. Ball at about the 13-yard line. Hand off to Simon. Running up the middle. Can he get in? No, he'll be stopped at about the 2-yard line, but a strong run by Deion Simon, and it's 1st and goal, Wreckin' Rams.
Great run from Simon. I mean, he's had a bunch of really good runs tonight where it's just individual effort and all him churning those legs, breaking tackles, and able to get down the field, running downfield, and picking up big gains. A nice job from Simon to set up this 1st and goal at the 2.
1st and goal, Wreckin' Rams, looking to go up 3 scores in this one. Handoff. Joseph at the goal line. No signal yet. They're going to mark him down at the 1-yard line. So Siri and Joseph not able to get in right there, but we'll call it about a gain of 1 or 2.
Yeah, I mean,
it'll be 2nd and goal.
That play, a microcosm of what this drive has been. Every single yard has been a struggle. It's been really tough for Acadiana to move the ball. They are sustaining the drive. They're moving the sticks. They're getting the 1st down, but it hasn't been easy. You were pretty much dominating this Lafayette defense in the 1st half and moving the ball with ease. This 2nd half so far has been a struggle. It looks like Acadiana is in position to punch it in, but this has not been easy by any stretch.
2nd and goal. Ball at the 1. Simon up the middle, touchdown Rams. Deion Simon finds the end zone once again for the beer machine. 27-7, Acadiana leads this one with 5:33 left to go in the 3rd quarter, pending the point out.
At this point in the game, not a real pretty drive. Nothing that you can really hang your hat on in that drive. Nothing really looked like it was clicking on all cylinders. And all that being said, you find yourself in the end zone to go up 3 scores. So I think at this point in the game, that's just what you wanted. Find your way into the end zone. Don't let this drive stall. And I feel like that's what Acadiana did. Lafayette did a lot of good things on defense to make it more of a struggle than it needed to be. But Acadiana finds themselves in the end zone and goes up by 3 scores.
Marquez's kick is up and good. 28-7, your Wreckin' Rams lead this one. Let's take a short timeout, and we'll be back with more Wreckin' Ram football here on WRP.
Hey, Wreckin' Ram fans, that's right, I'm in Big D, and I don't mean Dallas, Duson, Louisiana, where a dream became a destination. At Knox and Duson, timeless family recipes get a personal twist. Every bite has Louisiana flavor, from plate lunches to specialty burgers, to po' boys, fresh seafood, both grilled and boiled. And every Thursday through Saturday, we turn up the charm with live music and our very own Cajun Exotico breakfast every other Saturday morning. And don't forget brunch every Sunday. So come down to Knox and Duson, a proud supporter of Acadiana High School. Knox and Duson, don't knock it till you try it. Go Rams!
Welcome back to Bill Dotson Stadium. You just watched your Wreckin' Rams punch one in from about 1 yard away. Deion Simon getting in the end zone once again. And they lead this one 28-7 with about 5:33 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Josh Marquez back to kick this one away. It's high and deep and looks like it's going to be just in the end zone, so the Lafayette Lions will start their drive at the 20-yard line. Real quickly, Nick, I haven't said it yet tonight, but I do want to give a shout-out to my lovely wife, Blair Gilbo, watching this one from home with our 3 kids. If I wouldn't have gave that shout-out tonight, I would be in the doghouse for sure.
Oh, yeah, you'd have probably been coming over to my house and sleeping on the couch, so the good thing you got Blair in there.
So Lafayette High is going to take this one over 1st and 10 at the 20, and you know, Acadiana starting to slowly pull away in this one, and like we talked about just after the half, they've dominated time of possession. Even on this last drive where it was a little bit clunky, wasn't clean at times, they still took about 5 minutes off the clock on that single drive, and that's the kind of methodical, classic veer machine that we've grown to know and love at Acadiana High School. 1st and 10, Saunier in the shotgun. Brown goes in motion. Speed sweep, they hand it to him. He cuts it up, breaks through the first wave. He's going to break a tackle, and he'll be brought down after about a gain of 11, and it'll be enough for a Lion 1st down.
You really got to start asking yourself, like, why is this game going like this? Like, you do feel like you're dominating the football game, but yet it's just been a struggle. And so, I mean, we're going to ask Coach Dotson after the game, and I'm sure he's going to have an answer for us. But, like, what can you pinpoint that has been the reason why this has kind of gone this way? Obviously, we know the scoop and score in the first half put the 7 points on the board for Lafayette High. But aside from that, it's just been it feels like the offense is playing well. It feels like the defense is playing well, yet you're not quite able to put Lafayette High away.
1st and 10, 3 receivers far side, 1 near side. Handoff is going to be to Williams. Give him a gain of about 2. It's going to be 2nd and 8.
I mean, could we just be overlooking, like, the simple fact that Lafayette High is not that bad? I mean, they're obviously not on Acadiana's level. Acadiana is the better team. Acadiana is more than likely going to win this football game, but this is not a Lafayette High team that we're used to seeing. They're pesky. They're feisty. They're fighting for every yard. They're making it hard for Acadiana to move the ball, and it just could be a fact where Lafayette High is just a little bit better than we all gave them credit for, and much better than they've been in years past, and that could be why Acadiana is just not able to kind of put them away. They just keep hanging around.
2nd and 8. 2 receivers near side, 1 far side. Saulnier's going to roll near side, looking. He's going to have to pull up and step up in the pocket, throws it downfield. He's got a man, it's complete. Brown catches it at the 40. He's across the 30, cuts inside to the 15. He'll be tackled. No, he breaks a tackle. Wow. Saulnier's pass is complete to Brown, who does the work, just juking defenders left and right. The Acadiana defensive backs not able to bring him down. And just like that, Lafayette High sticking around, like you said, being pesky, and they're able to find their way into the end zone. It's 28-13. Acadiana still leads by 2 scores with 4:02 left to go in the 3rd quarter, pending the point after.
And that's really all it is. I mean, they're hanging around, and the kid makes a play. I mean, the ball from Saulnier was underthrown pretty good, and Brown just comes back, makes a play on the ball, and an individual effort, he finds himself in the end zone, and just like that, the score is 28-14, and Lafayette's feeling it. I mean, look, you just can't put them away. Despite the fact that you're playing pretty good, you're playing well on both sides of the ball, Lafayette's in this football game. There's 4:02 to go in the 3rd quarter, and you still haven't put them away. By this time in years past, Lafayette High is long in the locker room, and this game is over. We're running clock. That's not what happened here. I think it's because Lafayette High is a pretty good football team. Yes, they got housed last week at Karen Crow, but for some reason, this game, they came to play. They've stepped up, and this is about what you would expect from this team. This is what they are. This is the type of team that Lafayette High has. Acadiana is bigger, they're faster, they're stronger. They're outmanning Lafayette High. That's why they're more than likely going to win this game. But look, it's not over. There's only 2 scores, and Lafayette's feeling pretty good. They were feeling pretty good at 21-7 at halftime. You know they're feeling pretty good after Acadiana marched down the football field, and they matched them, fought back. They got punched in the face, and they punched right back, and they're on the field. So I'm not saying momentum's on their side. I'm not saying that drive tilted the game in their favor, but I do think they're a pretty good football team, and maybe a lot of us that kind of prognosticated what was going to happen before the game didn't give Lafayette High enough credit. So shout out to them. They're building something. They're trying to get back to where they once were, and Acadiana kind of got caught off guard on a couple of plays. They're bigger and faster, and they're going to win the game, but Lafayette High's in it, and I think that's because they're a pretty good football team as well.
Look at Nick Fontenot giving Lafayette High some love.
Folks,
this man hates Lafayette more than anybody I know, and he's sitting here giving Lafayette love, and rightfully so.
I need to wash my mouth out with soap after that.
The kick is away, brought in at the 30. He's across the 35, across the 40. Going to be brought down just shy of the 45-yard line, so the special teams unit for the Wreckin' Rams with a nice little return right there, setting the veer machine up with nice field position to take it over 1st and 10.
If you remember, the previous drive for Lafayette started with a special teams play. Special teams kind of made a play, set them up in good field position. A couple plays later, they find themselves in the end zone, so special teams making an impact. We saw earlier in the game special teams allowing a big return from Lafayette High, kind of set them up in some good field position that they weren't able to take advantage of. So special team has definitely made a mark on this game, and right there, Acadiana takes advantage, getting great field position at the 45-yard line.
Another shout out to give the Stoots and the Borks watching tonight from Turkey Hollow Hunting Club. You'll enjoy all weekend out there at the camp.
Where that is?
1st and 10, ball at the 45. Handoff. Joseph looking for the near side. Got to break a tackle. Good stiff arm right there. Tiptoes out of bounds at about the I think that's a bad spot, Nick, but they're going to give it to him at the 49, call it a gain of 4, maybe 5. It should be 2nd and 5.
He's so impressive running the football. It looks like he's been doing it his whole life. Like, I know we talk about a lot how the first time he ever ran the football was against Zachary this season, and he just looks so seasoned, so comfortable. He's understanding what he's got to do, and he makes great gains. So another good run from Syrian Joseph, really becoming a feature back, especially with Troy Kinnerson out, really having to step up and make the most of it, and he's done a really good job tonight.
2nd and 5, ball at the 50. 2 receivers far side, handoff, Simon. Met at the line of scrimmage, give him a gain of 1. It'll be 3rd and 4. I'm going to be honest, Nick, the interior run just isn't there anymore for the Rams. The Lafayette defensive line, I don't know if they're doing cut blocks or whatnot, but it looks like as soon as he hands that ball up the middle, they're meeting him at the line of scrimmage, and all the Wreckin' Ram running backs can do is just dive forward.
I think that's an adjustment that they made at halftime because that was there in the first half. Those inside runs were going for 4- and 5-yard gains, and now they're not. So, Cole, you're absolutely right. Lafayette High has done something different in their second half that's prevented Acadiana from going to those bread-and-butter inside runs that set up these 3rd and shorts. Now you're sitting here with a 3rd and 5 because Lafayette was able to stop you on that play.
3rd and 4, ball at the 49. Lamartina's going to keep it himself and pitch it. He will be short of the line to gain. We're going to have to see where they spot him. Line to gain is the 45. It looks like they'll spot him at about the 48 or 49-yard line. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think Ty should have pitched it right there. It looked like he would have had much more success just keeping him himself and trying to fight for the first down.
I agree with you. I don't know if he gets the first down. I think he would have gained a few more yards. I agree, though. He should have kept it. It would at least be about a 4th and 1 probably. I think that they would have still made the tackle, but he makes the pitch anyway and sets up this 4th down.
I would have also liked to see us run that option to the far side where it gives the running back more room. 4th and 4. Hard count. Nothing doing. Ty looks to the sideline, and he calls a timeout.
Timeout.
So we'll take a quick timeout as well, but stick around, and when we come back, your veer machine will be faced with a 4th and 4 opportunity. WRP here on YouTube.
At the Lafayette Parish Sheriff's Office, we believe building a strong organization starts with preparation, leverages teamwork, and harnesses the character of each individual. While using cutting-edge technologies and state-of-the-art equipment, our brave deputies are dedicated to keeping you and your loved ones safe. We're more than law enforcement. We're a team working together in service of our community. The Acadiana Wreckin' Rams know a lot about service, teamwork, and winning. When you're ready to join our championship team, come by or give us.
Welcome back to Bill Dotson Stadium. Veer machine faced with a 4th and 4 here. Ball at about the 49-yard line.
Josh Marquez out there. Looks like they're going to punt the football away.
Interesting decision here, especially with the track record that Doug Dotson and James Estes has had up to this point. Usually this part of the field with this short of yardage, they opt to go for it. But nonetheless, we're going to see Josh Marquez punt this one away, and Josh has done a pretty good job this year of booting the football away. He's gotten some really good rolls on his punts, and hopefully we see one here. Snap is very high. It's over his head. He's going to have to pick it up. Ball's on the ground. Ball's still on the ground. And Lafayette High's got it. Ball's going to be spotted inside the 20 at the 18-yard line, and just like that, Lafayette High's going to start their drive in the red zone. I mean, what more can you say? You know, the special teams blunders haven't really reared their ugly head since week 2. But we see it again right here, right now, and Acadiana doing everything they can to keep Lafayette High in this ballgame.
There's only one thing you can say there, Cole. Mistakes and penalties. Mistakes and penalties. It's the only reason why Lafayette High is anywhere near matching Acadiana on the scoreboard. If there's no mistakes and no penalties in this game is a blowout. Instead, you had 2 really big mistakes. One was a scoop and score. The other one right here sets Lafayette High up in the red zone, and they're just hanging around and playing with Acadiana on this football field tonight.
Saunier in the shotgun. Trips to the far side in tight. Rolls out far side, looking, pulls up and throws. It's complete to Brown. Breaks a tackle, breaks a 3rd tackle. I tell you what, That young man wearing number 9 for the Lafayette High Mighty Lions got to be the best player on their team, because every time he gets the ball in his hands, it takes a group of Acadiana Wreckin Rams to get him on the ground. What was maybe going to be a gain of 1 or 2 turns into a gain of about 7, and Lafayette is facing a second and 3.
He's an impressive football player, and we even saw it in the second half where they weren't having a lot of success, but Brown was burning defenders. Brown was open, and Saunier just couldn't find him on a lot of those plays. Now they're starting to connect. They're starting to make some adjustments, and when you get Brown to football, man, he's really like a good-looking football player. So it sets up a second and manageable for Lafayette High.
Jamian Brown, a two-way football player for the Lafayette Lions in the 2024 District 3-5A selection. Saunier is going to keep this one himself and get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, and that's a great job by Taylon Nolan, the sophomore linebacker. Drops him for a loss of about 1 or 2 right there, and it's going to be 3rd and about 5 for the Lions.
Yeah, Nolan was called into duty after the injury last week and has really made an impact. He made an impact almost instantly in the game last week against Barb, and tonight already has an interception, a nice tackle there. So Nolan really stepping into that role, that next man up mentality, really taking full advantage of his opportunity, having a pretty good game tonight.
Terrible Turks got to do some bend, don't break here. 3rd and about 5. Lafayette's taking their time here. Only 8 seconds left on the play clock. They're not even lined up yet. 5, 4. Brown goes in motion, and Lafayette is going to have to burn a timeout.
Timeout.
We're going to take a quick timeout as well, but when we come back, Lafayette's going to be faced with about a 3rd and 6. Stick around for more WRP here on YouTube.
Uncle T's Oyster Bar in Scott is your destination for Acadiana's best local seafood.
Featuring delicious oysters, po' boys, specialty dishes, boiled crawfish, and happy hour specials.
Uncle T's across the railroad tracks in Scott.
Serving Gulf oysters just the way you like.
Welcome back to Bill Dodson Stadium. Lafayette High taking a quick timeout right here before their 3rd and 6 opportunity. I just mentioned it. We're going to need the Terrible Turks to do a little bend, not break defense. I mean, Nick, even if they don't get this 3rd down try, I'm expecting them to keep the offense on the field and go for it on 4th down, especially, with time winding down in the 3rd quarter.
I would expect to see the same thing. And look, credit to the defense, right? They've given up a few big plays, but for the most part, they've kept Lafayette High at bay and hasn't really allowed them to get something going. So if they can stand tall here on 3rd and 4th down and get the ball back, it would really kind of set the tone for the remainder of this game. But if Lafayette High gets this 1st down, they're going to start feeling like they have a chance.
Saunier in the shotgun. Tight end goes in motion. Rolls out near side. Looking, pulls up. Tucks it and runs. He's across the 5. He breaks a tackle. He's at about the 4-yard line. And Saunier does a good job of escaping the pocket and extending the drive. And it's going to be 1st and goal Lions.
Yeah, made the right decision there. Tucked and ran and picked up a big gain. A nice 1st down for Lafayette High. And now they're looking inside the 5-yard line. And, man, just a really tough run from Saunier. And Lafayette High, you got them hanging around. And now they're looking to punch it in and only be down by 1 score. So if the Turks can somehow stand tall here, that would be great. But it's a tall task right now, 1st and goal from the 3-yard line.
The one thing I'm noticing, especially in this second half, Nick, poor tackling by the Terrible Turks.
Yes.
I've noticed that in this 3rd quarter. Got to clean up the tackling. 1st and goal Lions. Ball at the 3. Saunier in the shotgun. Handoff to Brown, and he falls down. Jamian Brown falls down at about the 5-yard line, so he's going to lose 2. It's going to be 2nd and goal, ball at the 5.
That's not the 1st down play I would have run if I was Lafayette High. I'm going right up the middle. I'm trying to either catch Acadiana off guard and get in the end zone, or just gain a couple of yards or a no gain or something like that. Trying to just move the football. Trying to trickeration right there on 1st down. That's where Acadiana kind of thrives. They're able to give them an opportunity to make a play, and that's what happened right there. They made a play on Lafayette High. So just a kind of a poor play call right there, but still, when we get on the other side into the 4th quarter, Lafayette High is still going to be in great position to make this a 1-score game.
Well, Ram Nation, go ahead and put your 4s up. We're heading to the 4th quarter in this one. Acadiana 28, Lafayette 14. Stick around, and we'll bring you some 4th quarter action here on WRP. Welcome back to Bill Dotson Stadium, the start of the fourth quarter here tonight as we watch the teams switch sides of the field. Lafayette High is going to take this one going towards the north end zone in the fourth quarter. And I mentioned it earlier, you got to play some bend, not break defense if you're the Terrible Turks. You're still up 2 scores. A touchdown doesn't kill you, but it definitely would kill any momentum remaining. If you let Lafayette High get in this end zone, they would own 100% of the momentum in this ball game.
Yeah, we were looking down at the team on the sidelines, like dejected. They're hanging their heads. The defense is tired. Lafayette High does have the momentum despite Acadiana being up 2 scores. If you could somehow keep them out of the end zone here and get the ball back to the offense, that would be huge for the remainder of this game. If Lafayette can somehow punch it in, they really think they have a chance to win this game.
2nd and goal, ball at the 5. Saunier in the shotgun. 2 receivers near side, 1 to the far side, and a running back on his hip. Takes the snap. Looking. He throws it across the near side of the field, and I'm gonna be honest with you, Nick. He missed his wide receiver by about 5 yards right there. It looked like they were not on the same page at all.
It must have slipped out of his hand or something because it doesn't even go anywhere near the defender. In fact, it was 5 yards short of the end zone, out of bounds. I don't know what he was throwing to or what he saw, but I think it must have just been some kind of mistake, either a misfire or slipped out of his hand or something like that, because we've seen Saunier make a few better throws than that tonight. That one just got away from him.
So it'll be 3rd and goal, ball at the 5. Have to give a little chuckle here looking down at the field. And just a reminder, it's senior night, it's middle school night. They have the cheerleaders down here on the field. It's the Judy's team, LJ Alamo, Scott Eagles,
Lafayette.
Acadiana's cheerleaders as well. And they're doing backflips and back springs and stuff like that. And those middle school girls are eating that up. And I love to see it, Nick. We talked about it earlier in the broadcast. When you have middle school night and it's the future of the Wreckin' Ram program, whether it be players, cheerleaders, or just students in general, it really gives these young kids, especially 8th graders, which most of these kids are, it gives them a vision for what they're gonna experience when they come to Acadiana High School in the future.
Yeah, I mean, we remember coming for our middle school nights, and you're looking at these kids, and I mean, they're adults. I mean, some of them are 18 years old, and so you're looking at these grown-ups and thinking, wow, like that's gonna be me in 2 or 3 years. You know, when I come to Acadiana, I'm gonna be a part of this culture that's being built. So it's it's always good to see the middle schoolers out here taking advantage of this opportunity to kind of hang out with the older kids.
Well, here we go. We'll reset. 3rd and goal, ball at the 5. Saunier in the gun. Excuse me, it's Carney in the gun. He's going to hand off to Saunier, who shovels it to his, I believe that's Brown, and he gets into the end zone. There was a lot of moving parts on that one. Carney hands off to Saunier. Saunier shovels it to Brown, and Brown sneaks his way into the end zone. And just what we talked about, Nick, Acadiana still got the lead on the scoreboard, but the momentum is solely on Lafayette High sideline.
Yeah, I mean, look at the Acadiana sideline. I mean, I don't know if our cameras can pan down to it, but there's just no energy. And if you pan over to the Lafayette High sideline, look how much energy they have. Like, they're feeling like they're winning this football game. And that's a testament to what Lafayette High is doing and just making it tough. It's just been a struggle. This entire second half has been a struggle. The 3rd quarter was ugly. Acadiana not able to do much offensively. And then Lafayette High gets a couple of big plays, and all of a sudden this is a 1-score football game. And I don't think too many people imagined that we would be sitting here with 11 minutes to go in the game and Lafayette High only down by 1 score. I mean, this is the type of game that when Acadiana plays, they're up by 30 or 40 points at this point in the game, and yet Lafayette High is just hanging around. And it's kind of what I expected at the beginning of this game. Like, Acadiana just has bigger and better players, but Lafayette High is not a bad team. Like, they're building something there. Yes, they got dog walk last week by Karen Crow, but you knew they were going to come in here and give Acadiana their best effort. Everybody's coming in and giving Acadiana their best effort. People are watching the scoreboard. People are looking at the schedules. They know that Acadiana struggled coming out the gates, and it's a beatable football team. And these people are not coming in to Bill Dotson Stadium like in years past and just thinking the game is over before it starts. These teams are coming in thinking they have a chance to knock Acadiana off tonight. And I know Lafayette High thought that, and that's why you're looking at the scoreboard. It's 28-21. I don't think Acadiana's playing a bad football game on any level. It's just 28-21. The bottom line is the scoreboard says what it is, and Acadiana's only up by 1 score when they should be up by 2 or 3.
Well, for the 4th time in 19 years, Acadiana scores over 20 points. Excuse me, Lafayette scores over 20 points against the Wreckin' Rams. It's just a little game note worth mentioning tonight. But looks like Lafayette's going to do some sort of trickeration maybe. I mean, they only got 10 seconds left on the play clock to kick this ball off. It looked like for a second they were going to try maybe something onside. Acadiana's actually stacked in tight here. Kick is away. It's going to be a sky kick. Call fair catch. They don't. Oh, man, there's a lane.
Oh.
It looked like Gavin Highsaw had a lane on that far sideline and maybe taking the distance, but one good tackle stops him at the 45-yard line, and the Veer Machine's going to have the ball 1st and 10 in relatively good field position. Acadiana, it's extremely important for Acadiana to get in the end zone right here.
Plain and simple, there's no other way to slice it. There's no analysis that needs to be made. There's no commentary that you need. Acadiana has to score a touchdown on this drive. It can be quick. It can be methodical. It can be on the ground, through the air, whatever. They have to get in the end zone. If for some reason they don't get in the end zone, give Lafayette High the ball, down one score, to me that's a loss. Even if they were happen to come out and win this game, that just shows me that they don't quite have the moxie of what it's going to take to make a deep run in the playoffs this year. And so this drive is imperative to find the end zone.
First and 10, ball at the 45. Gallion near side receiver. Lambertina under center, barking orders at his offensive line. Snap. Lambertina keeps it himself, dives forward for a gain of about 4. And we've seen that a couple of times tonight. Ty calling his own number and diving forward for good gains most of the time. It's going to be 2nd and 6.
Yeah, Ty's a gamer. I mean, he probably understands exactly what we're talking about. Like, the team has to get in the end zone. Like, however he's got to do it. And if he's got to make a few runs like that, make a few plays himself and kind of put the team on his back, maybe he can do it. Like, we haven't seen him do that this year, but maybe this is his moment. Cole, you mentioned he's looking for his first win. I mean, that's big for him. He wants to get this done.
2nd and 6. Ball's on the ground.
Ball on the ground.
We'll have to see who has it. They're going to say Acadiana kept possession. Very lucky right there. It's going to be nonetheless 3rd and 6. And, Nick, you've mentioned it so many times tonight. Turnovers, penalties.
Yes.
That's what's going to lose you this ball game.
For
and
sure.
like I said, and I said it earlier, Acadiana's given Lafayette High every opportunity to win this ball game. It's almost like they don't want to just take the ball and go win the game.
Yeah, it's the only reason why this score is 28-21 is mistakes and penalties. The scoop and score, the snap over Marquez's head, that's 14 points right there. So you got to stop shooting yourself in the foot. You have to take control of this game right now and drive the ball down the field.
3rd and 6. Acadiana going to burn a timeout.
Cole, I mean, this is just ugly. It's been an ugly half of football. The third quarter never really got going. Acadiana never looked good. And even on this drive, like, we're talking about it up here, how imperative it is to get in the end zone. Imperative that they score. They have to score a touchdown here. I mean, Lafayette has them right where they want them. Down one score. The defense is playing great for Lafayette High. They made some fantastic adjustments at halftime and have eliminated a lot of the things that Acadiana was doing well in that first half, and it's just been a clunky second half for Acadiana. It's kind of reminiscent to what we saw in that Zachary game where the fourth quarter just kind of got away from him and unraveled, and Zachary was able to win that football game. I mean, this is kind of the same thing we saw at STM where they were up by a bunch of points and then it unraveled at the end of the game. Like, this seems to be kind of a trend of what's happening here. I don't know if Lafayette's good enough to come back and win this football game from that, but it's imperative that once we get to this point in the game, Acadiana just something happens. They either relax, they lose the cohesion, they lose what was working in the first half, and you end up with a game where it's 28-21, and now you're facing a 3rd and 6 where it's like do or die. Like, you got to get this first down right here. It's just not a place that Acadiana's been many years against Lafayette High. So it's been very interesting to watch kind of this second half play. It was so smooth and so crisp in the first half, and this second half has been anything but that.
So here we go, folks. 3rd and 6. Ball at the 49. Line to gain is the opposite 45. Lambertina under center. Vito to the near side receiver. Handoff. Syrian Joseph trying to find the outside. He's not. Oh, he breaks a tackle. Syrian Joseph across the 20. He is gone. Syrian Joseph looked like he was bottled up after about a 5-yard gain. Able to break a tackle and scamper into the end zone. There is a flag down at about the near side 10-yard line, and we'll have to see what the call is. But as it stands, it is a 51-yard touchdown run by Syrian Joseph.
And Syrian does not look happy. Maybe he's just tired.
Maybe
from the
he's
run.
winded.
Yeah. But a great.
Tayshawn Benjamin, the tight end for the Rams, is pointing to the Lions.
To the play is a touchdown.
The result of the play is a touchdown.
Personal foul on the defense, number 55.
So there's a personal foul against the Lions
On the kickoff.
after the touchdown that Acadiana is going to elect to take on the kickoff. But Syrian Joseph, who has stepped up all year long and just filled that void of, when Troy Kennerson's been out due to injury, when Deion Simon was out earlier due to injury, he's just stepped up. He's switched positions. He's become a running back in an offense that's extremely hard to be a running back, and he's answered the bell once again and given life back to this sideline. And what a breath of fresh air it is for the Wreckin Rams. Josh Marquez kick is up and good. 35-21, your Wreckin Rams lead this one with 10:10 left to go. We're going to take a quick timeout, but come on back for more WRP here on YouTube.
Y'all ready?
Yes, sir. We're ready. Let's get it. Success is more than winning and losing. It's a mindset. Season after season, we put in the work to beat the competition. For Courtesy Automotive, much like the Wreckin Rams, success isn't just our goal, it's our legacy. Let's go Rams.
Welcome back to Bill Dodson Stadium. Syrian Joseph with a 51-yard touchdown run. Nick, my phone is going crazy. My phone thinks that I'm saying Siri. We're just going to have to start calling him Cy at this point, which is what his nickname is. Cy Joseph with a 51-yard touchdown carry, and we needed that in the worst way. And, I mean, man, you can see the sideline has come back to life here at Bill Dodson Stadium.
It's everything they needed. I mentioned at the beginning of the drive, find a way to make it to the end zone, however you got to do it. And Cy said, all right, I'll take the ball, and I'll do it myself. Broke a couple tackles, found his way to the end zone. Somebody had to make a play for the Wreckin Rams, and that's what Cy Joseph just did to put the Wreckin Rams back up 2 scores. It was a testament to what needed to happen on offense, that you knew that if you didn't make the play, didn't find it in the end zone, Lafayette High was going to start feeling
Onside kick. Onside kick. It seems like Acadiana has it. We have to wait for the call.
There's no flags.
Gotta wait for the call. It seems like the far side ref is discussing. But as it stands, Acadiana has a successful onside kick. We're just waiting for the official word. I don't know how you
The
can
ruling
call
on the
anything.
field is a legal recovery by the kicking team. First down, Acadiana.
1st and 10, Wreckin Rams. What a gutsy onside kick call right there by Doug Dodson, and they executed it to perfection. I was actually going to mention, Ty Lambertino, when they were lining up for the kickoff, was barking out orders to the special teams as if like it was a miscommunication, as if people were out of position. I feel like that was a deke. Like all that yelling and shouting he was doing, they just hurry up, lined up, kicked it, and Josh Marquez with a brilliant onside kick right there, right up the middle, and guess what? Your veer machine has it 1st and 10, and the momentum has swung all the way back to the near sideline here at Ted Davidson Field.
We didn't even know that was in the bag. We didn't even know they had that in there. So, yeah, a great onside kick from Marquez, and Acadiana recovers.
Whitehead has some stoppage on the field. I'm thinking they're discussing where this ball should be spotted. Tyler Martina, he kept pointing down at the football as if it wasn't in the right spot. We'll have to wait and see. They're discussing in the middle of the field. But 35-21 with 10:07 left to go in this ball game. And if Acadiana can punch this one in the end zone, I'm not saying it's the final dagger, but it would be a very tall hill to climb if you're the Lafayette Lions.
Hey, look, special teams made their mark on the field in a negative way. The special teams gets it right back, and Marquez executes the onside kick, sets up Acadiana in great field position.
Gallion, the near side receiver. Handoff up the middle. Simon across the 25, down at the 24-yard line. It's right at the stick. I think they might mark him a yard short, so let's call it a 9-yard gain by Deion Simon. A strong first down run.
Yeah, and this is all what momentum does for you. When you have it, you're just going to keep running these plays and having success. All the momentum back on your side. Lafayette High kind of on their toes, caught them off guard, thinking they were going to get the ball back. Now Acadiana has the ball right back and really hopefully working this drive to another touchdown.
They actually gave him a first down on that one. Handoff up the middle. This time met at the line of scrimmage, going to dive ahead for a gain of 2. It's going to be 2nd and 8.
I mean, really a gutsy call. I mean, you're up 2 scores, and your worst case scenario is that you give Lafayette High the ball in in that field position, and like your defense can kind of stand tall and not really give up too much. Even if they make a bend don't break, even if you give up a touchdown, like you're still going to win the game. So I love the call to kind of go for the onside kick there.
So that's something that we haven't talked enough about, Nick, especially in this second half. Acadiana's terrible Turk defense is not really the reason that Lafayette High is playing a tight game tonight. You got to remember, it was a scoop and score because of Acadiana's, fumble. That's an offensive problem. And then Lafayette had a quick score later in this third quarter because of a snap over the head of the punter. That's special teams and offense. Flag on the play. It's going to be a false start against Acadiana, so that'll back them up 5. It's going to be 2nd and 13. But all in all, the point I'm getting at, other than that one big chunk play, that strike from Saunier to Brown, the wide receiver, where the two defensive backs ran into each other.
Number 78.
Brown made a couple of, missed tackles to get in the end zone. Outside of that one play, the Terrible Turks have played a really exceptional ball game.
Yeah, no doubt about it. They really had a good game. Lafayette High hasn't had much going. That's why the onside kick, I feel like, is such a good call. I mean, what your defense has been doing. They've been able to keep Lafayette really at bay, aside from that one big play. So, it was just a good call. Even if you weren't successful with it, it was a good call. And instead, they were able to catch them off guard and recover the ball.
2nd and 13. Ball at the 27. Snap, handoff, Joseph, there he goes, across the 10, and Syrian Joseph, for the second time tonight, gets in the end zone, and Acadiana takes a 3-score lead with 8:30 left to go in this ball game.
Look at all the kids in the far end zone just running to greet Syrian Joseph. Awesome. They kind of cheer them. That's what you talk about with middle school night. And man, Syrian Joseph runs the ball with the patience of somebody who's been playing football, playing running back his entire life. He's very patient to find the hole. Once he finds it, he finds that second burst, and right there he busts through for a touchdown. And now this is what you would have expected to be happening all game long, where Acadiana is just kind of running away with it and putting Lafayette to bed.
Syrian Joseph is such an unsung hero for this Veer Machine offense this season, and I'm going to continue to sing his praises all year long. Marquez's kick is up, and it's good. And just like that, what was a one-score game where we were struggling, Acadiana punches 2 touchdowns in the end zone quickly. 42-21, your Wreckin' Rams lead with 8:30 left to go in this ball game. Let's take a quick timeout. We'll be back with more WRP here on YouTube.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing the certainty of this delivery.
This team will make a push in January.
Absolutely, they're still in it.
But getting that delivery.
What do you think, Johnny?
How do you know my name?
You're wearing a name tag.
Oh, yeah. 2-second rule?
So don't settle for just any insurance. When there's State Farm, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Welcome back to Bill Dotson Stadium, and now we're having a little fun, folks. 42-21, your Acadiana Wreckin' Rams lead with 8:30 left to go in the ball game. Syrian Joseph, at least that's what the comments are telling me. Listen, if that's how you pronounce it, and I've been pronouncing it wrong the whole year, excuse me, it's my apologies, but nonetheless, the sentiment stands. That kid has been phenomenal, not just tonight, but all season long. Kickoff is away. Ball's taken in at about the 5-yard line. He's going to fake the reverse. Brown is going to bring this one across the 30 and be brought down at about the 35-yard line. Well, listen, I'm just going to start calling him Side Joseph from here on out. We're going to forget the pronunciation.
Well, the problem is, we've been calling him Syrian all season long, and it took 4 or 5 games for somebody to correct us. We don't mind being corrected. We want to get the right name. So if the man's name is Syrian, we'll call him Syrian. But nonetheless, Syrian Joseph took over this game. I mean, when they needed 2 big plays from the Wreckin' Rams offense, they gave it to Joseph, and he did just that. On the drive where it was kind of looking like they didn't have much going, and were they going to be able to score a touchdown? They gave the ball to Sy, and he runs it. And then on that drive right there, kind of took control and did the same thing. So Sy Joseph really took advantage, or took the fourth quarter over himself.
Saunier flushed out the pocket, throws it downfield. He's got a wide open Brown. Nearly picked off, though, by Keon Leday. There is a flag in the backfield, though, and it is in the area of a late hit penalty. We'll have to wait and see.
Personal foul.
It will be a personal foul.
Roughing the quarterback on number 87 on the defense.
Against
15 yards from the previous spot. First down.
Man, oh, man, you thought, that's the one that got away from us right there. But that's another one of those penalties that's keeping Lafayette High drives alive. You got to clean it up. You got a 3-score lead late now. Let's just clean this up. You know, run some methodical football and get out of here with a win.
You're all right, number 11.
Survive in advance.
Yeah, I'll make one more point about Keon of the day. Like, how many near interceptions does he have tonight? I mean, it's been 2 or 3 where if he just could get his hands on him, he'd have a pick. That one wouldn't have counted because of the personal foul. But Keon's having a heck of a game in the secondary.
1st and 10, ball at the 50. 2 receivers near side, 1 far side. Saunier, 3-step drop looking near side, flushed out the pocket. He's going to step up and throw it downfield. A battle for the football, threw it into double coverage. Looks like Keon Lede and Mikael Narcisse on the coverage. He was looking for Brown on that one. All 3 of them looked like they might have had a shot at the football, but it falls to the ground incomplete. It's going to be 2nd and 10.
Not a bad idea from Lafayette High to get Brown the ball. I mean, he's your best player. He's made a couple of dynamic plays so far tonight, and just throw it up there, and hopefully he can make another play. But he throws it into double coverage, and the Wreckin Rams are there to stop him. But I don't mind what Lafayette High is trying to do here, get Brown the ball in space.
2nd and 10, ball at the 50. Saunier in the gun, running back in the backfield. Toss play, far side. This is Williams on the carry.
Ooh.
Very good looking run right there. Going to be brought down just past the 45 at the 44-yard line. Call it a gain of 16. And that's the first time we've called Williams' name in quite a while, but it is a first down for the Lions.
Probably their best run of the night. I mean, any success they've had on offense was through the air or these, dink and dunk methodical drives where they get a few yards here and there and get first downs. But Williams there gets the ball and runs for a nice 16-yard gain, easily their best run of the night.
Gavin Coleman and Ty Thomas team up for the tackle right there, but going to be a first down carry for the Lions. So reset here, 1st and 10. Ball's going to be at the 34-yard line. 1 receiver to each side of the formation and a wing to each side as well. Slot receiver Brown comes in motion. They're going to hand it to him. No, he keeps it himself, and not a good decision because he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage by a host of Terrible Turk defensive linemen. Call it a loss of 2. It's going to be 2nd and 12.
The Terrible Turks came to play tonight. I mean, they've had a great game. You look at the scoreboard and you see that Lafayette High has 3 touchdowns. 2 of them came on special teams blunders and a scoop and score on the defense, and 1 busted play where Lafayette was able to get on the board. But other than that, I mean, they've just got nothing. Lafayette's had no success on offense, and the Terrible Turks just came to play tonight.
2nd and 12. 2 receivers far side, 1 near side. Saunier in the gun with a running back on his hip. Takes the snap. 5-step drop, looking, throws it across the field. It's complete, but met right away by Gavin Coleman. So Brown on the catch, but it's going to be a very short gain of, let's call it 3, and the Lions will be faced with a 3rd and 8.
A nice wrap-up tackle from Coleman right there. Just kind of swings him around and brings him down to the ground. And Brown's a hefty kid. Brown's big and strong, and he's made a few plays. And Coleman didn't let him get away right there. Nice tackle by Gavin.
3rd and 8 with 6:15 left to go in this ball game. And I'll be honest with you, for a team that's down 3 scores, Lafayette High's got no tempo right here.
Yeah.
A little surprising. 7 seconds left to go on the play clock. I don't know if they'll get this play off, Nick. 3, 2, 1. It's got to be a delay of game. I'm surprised this back judge standing at about the 10-yard line threw that flag. I'm going to be honest with you, folks. It was 3 to 4 seconds after that clock had run out. It's almost like nobody was looking at the play clock.
Yeah, definitely. But I agree with you on the tempo, Cole. Like it just seems like they've kind of given up. I mean, the onside kick really took any hope that they had to come back and win this football game. And with the King end up 3 scores, Lafayette High just looking to play the clock out.
3rd and 13. 2 receivers far side, 2 to the near side. Saunier in the gun with a running back. Draw play. Breaks a tackle. He's across the 25. Going to be brought down. Look at this. A gain of 14. And a well-executed draw play moves the sticks That's Williams on the carry, first down Lions.
2 great runs from Williams on this drive. I mean, they're just giving him the ball and finding opportunities for him to make a play, and he's done it on this drive so far. And Lafayette High is in business trying to score some points. So Acadiana seems to be well in control of this game, but Lafayette not giving up. I mean, you'd feel like if they were going a little bit quicker and maybe trying to score a little bit faster, they would still have a chance to maybe come back and do something on the scoreboard. But nonetheless, it looks like Acadiana's going to come back.
1st and 10 Lions. Ball at the 22. 3 receivers far side. Far receiver comes in motion. That's Brown. Saunier looking downfield. He's going to pitch it to his offensive lineman. I'm going to be honest with you, Nick. So in a situation like that where it's like a shovel pass, but it's to an offensive lineman, is that intentional grounding?
It should be. I don't know if it's intentional grounding, but it's definitely illegal. It should be the offensive line is not eligible to
the
catch a
offensive
pass.
lineman didn't catch it. He kind of batted it down, but nonetheless, it's a shovel pass, and he was just trying to keep. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Just a kind of a panic play on behalf of Saunier right there, but 2nd down, ball's going to be respotted at the 28-yard line. 4:11, 4:10 left to go in this ball game. 2 receivers far side, 1 at the near side. Saunier in the gun with a running back. 3-step drop looking far side, throws it across the field. Through the hands of Gavin Coleman. And I feel like we've said that so many times tonight. Saunier has played with fire over and over and over again. Honestly, if all the balls that the defensive backs had touched tonight would have gone for an interception, Saunier would have been thrown for 4 or 5, interceptions by this time tonight.
Yeah, he's trying to make something happen. I mean, you got to give him credit for doing that, but he does put the ball in danger quite often, and Acadiana just unable to come up with any turnovers.
3rd and Kangton. 2 receivers far side, 1 at the near side. Saunier in the gun with a running back. 5-step drop, looking far side. Ball's on the ground. Darius McKinley with the forced fumble, and the Veer Machine's going to get back on the football field.
Darius McKinley having a heck of a game. I mean, he just really turned it on when he needed to and impacted this game in a positive way. He gets a fumble right there and gives Acadiana the game, and they should pretty much be able to ice this and go home with another victory over there, the Lafayette High Mighty Lions.
Dante Chavis on the fumble recovery, and we've said it a couple of times tonight. The defense, the Terrible Turks, were not the reason that this game was tight. It was just a couple of offensive and special teams blunders. The defense, in my opinion, did everything they were supposed to do tonight, but outside of one chunk play that Lafayette High was able to strike on. If you tell me every week that the opposing team is going to have one chunk play, I would take that every Friday throughout the season.
Yeah,
so,
especially with the way the defense plays, it kind of locks them down, and just a really good defense. I mean, we've been saying it all season long. Even in the games that they were losing at the beginning of the year, like the defense has looked great in all those games, and they're an elite level defense, and it all starts up front with Darius McKinley, who is an elite level defensive lineman. That's why he's going to be playing at LSU next year, and he's just a really good football player that kind of anchors this defense and sets the tone for the entire unit.
just waiting for play to resume, but I'll go ahead and reset the action. It's going to be 1st and 10, Veer Machine. Ball is currently spotted at the 32-yard line. 3 minutes and 51 seconds left to go in this ball game. Acadiana in firm control, up 42-21. Got a little tight in the third quarter, but Acadiana able to bow their neck and come back. And I think it's 14 unanswered points up to this point, and able to kind of put the game away late in the ball game, and that's what a good football team is supposed to do. Handoff up the middle. Dion Simon breaks through the first wave of tacklers. Give him a gain of about, let's call it 7. It's going to be 2nd and 3.
I would expect a heavy dose of Veer right here, a heavy dose of Simon, heavy dose of Joseph, really just trying to run the clock out. I mean, that's it. Get out of here with a win. It was ugly. Nothing went the way you wanted it to, but yeah, you're going to walk out with a 3-touchdown win. Like, you just want to get out of here healthy. Hope everybody, nobody gets injured, and you're just burning that clock down. Clock is your friend right now.
Well, while we burn down the rest of this one, folks, we got Southside next week. And we're going to talk more about it in the post game, but we're going to travel down the road to Youngsville, Louisiana, in that brand new stadium. I think they call it the Shark Pit or something like that. What's what they call it?
They call it the Reef.
The Reef.
The Reef.
Handoff up the middle. going to be a yard short of the line to gain, so it's going to be 3rd and 1. But I said it all year. That Southside game, and listen, it's always Southside and Carencro, you know, as the seasons go on. That's our 2 prominent district members that give us the biggest trouble. I knew that we played Southside in week 8, and then Carencro, of course, at the end of the year. My biggest circle on the schedule this year was Southside, because that's the game that's going to basically make or break this season for the Rams. If you have a loss, you know the season can kind of veer off track. If you get a win though, and then you go to Sam Houston, and you finish with Carencro at home, potentially for the district championship, which is on track with the goals that we're trying to have for this year. So that Southside game next week is massive. 3rd and 1, handoff up the middle, keeping his feet moving, gives him a gain of 2, and that should be good enough to move the stick side Joseph. 1st down Rams.
Yeah, we've kind of hinted at it all season long that this district race was a 3-team race, right? It was Southside, it was Carencro, and it was Acadiana, and we were going to see if Acadiana was going to be able to hang with those teams once they came up. These opponents like Sulphur and New Iberia, Barb, and now Lafayette High doesn't really tell you a whole lot about Acadiana. Next week is going to be the first true test of the district schedule, going into Youngsville, in that new stadium, and taking on a Southside team that had a dominant performance against Sulphur. They took care of Sulphur just like Acadiana did. So that's going to be their first test to be able to tell you, have you turned the corner from those first three performances that didn't go your way to start the season. You've had some success here in the early district schedule. You're 4-0 heading into that Southside game, but the Southside game itself is going to be the real test to see where you are as a football team.
Timeout down in the field, and we'll take a timeout as well. Come on back for the end of this ball game here on WRP on YouTube.
Y'all ready?
Yes, sir. We're ready. Let's get it. Success is more than winning and losing. It's a mindset. Season after season, we put in the work to beat the competition. For Courtesy Automotive, much like the Wreckin' Rams, success isn't just our goal, it's our legacy. Let's go Rams.
Welcome back to Bill Dotson Stadium as we wind this one down. About a minute and a half left to go in this one. Acadiana in firm control over their hated rival, the Lafayette Mighty Lions, 42-21. And I mean, there's not enough time to do anything. We're going to call it what it is, Nick. 19 years in a row. You mentioned it earlier in the game. There's going to come a day and a time that this streak is going to end. But to say you have a 19-game winning streak over what is arguably, you know, your biggest rival, I would say, with Carencro, I mean, that's impressive, man.
Yeah.
It's to the point now, and I've said it over and over, even over the last couple of years, it's getting to a point now where the younger kids don't even consider this a rivalry because there's nobody on the team that was alive the last time Lafayette High beat Acadiana.
Right. And I think a lot of what happened tonight was that, right? A lot of what happened tonight where Lafayette kind of hung around was just the fact that you've been able to beat Lafayette High so handily over the last few years that you just really didn't even take them serious. And Lafayette High came out and played really good. I mean, they played, I wouldn't say they played well enough to win, but they definitely played well enough to stay in it because they were in it. They had some fortunate mistakes from Acadiana went their way, and they were able to get that scoop and score, and then the short field after the botched snap, and really set them up. They had momentum for a large portion of this game. And like I said, like I was saying all game long, like Acadiana was just bigger and stronger. They were going to be able to wear them down and take over, and that's what happened. Acadiana wins this game because their personnel is a little bit better than Lafayette. But man, I gotta give them credit. They came to play. Lafayette High came to play tonight and did a lot better than a lot of people expected them to do in this football game.
Ty Lambertina takes a snap and takes a knee, and for the first time in his career as a quarterback, Ty Lambertina gets his first win as the starting quarterback for the Acadiana Wreckin' Rams. And this is a kid that has been in this program literally since he's been born. What a great job he did tonight. The offense was a little clunky at times, but overall, very methodical. If you go back and you look at the time of possession, Acadiana dominated time of possession, which, if you ask anybody who's familiar with this program in the Veer machine, that's first and foremost what you want. If you're controlling the clock, you're keeping the ball out of the hands of the opposing team, that's usually a success for a win, and that's what you see on the scoreboard tonight, beating Lafayette High by 3 scores.
I don't think this game went like anybody thought it would. it was a struggle. It was ugly at times. The third quarter got really gross by both teams. I mean, just things not going your way, not running as smooth as you want. But if you guys remember in the first half, what I was talking about was how smooth everything was going. The defense played lights out tonight. I mean, they could not have played better. You got the one broken play from Brown in the third quarter that kind of set up a long touchdown for Lafayette High. But other than that, they didn't give up much. Lafayette was never able to sustain a drive, never really able to get deep into their own scoring territory, and that's a credit to the defense. In the offense, in that first half, I thought they were clicking at all centers. I thought it was a pretty good game plan from Coach Estes down there on the offense, and really got the offense rolling in the first half. And then when the second half happened, Lafayette High made a few adjustments, and it just got clunky. And so you're still able to come out with a win. You're never going to apologize for that. And we're going to go down there and ask Coach Duson, and he's going to say, hey, there's no such thing as an ugly win. But man, this was an ugly win. This was about as ugly a win as you can have. But you take the win, and so now your tests start to get a little tougher, right? You go to Southside next week, and then you got Karen Crow to close out the season. Like it's all been pointing towards those games, and Southside had a big win against Sulphur. Southside looks good. Like I covered them last week against Sam Houston. I was there for that game, and they looked really good. They're very well coached, and they're going to put up a big fight, and you know that they're going to be just like all the rest of the teams in this district. They are looking at what Acadiana is doing. They're seeing what Acadiana is putting on tape, and they know that Acadiana is capable of getting knocked off. Acadiana is going to have to play an outstanding football game next week if they want to beat Southside. So hopefully they'll be up for the task. I think they might have taken Lafayette for a little bit of advantage of Lafayette, maybe not didn't taking them as serious as you want them to. Still come out with the win. If you do that against Southside next week, I don't think it's going to go in your favor. They're going to have to come out and play really well if they want to beat the Sharks at the Reef next week.
Before we turn the page on Lafayette High, I do have to tip my cap to them, Nick. You mentioned that they were a gutsy football team. They did everything they could to take advantage of their opportunities and keep this one close. But at the end of the day, they just didn't have the size or the depth to keep up with Acadiana. But listen, Lafayette High hasn't had a winning season since 2020, the COVID year, and they still got Sulphur and New Iberia left on their schedule. This is a team that might end the year 6-4 and looking at their first winning season. So I know they're trying to build a culture. They're trying to build a culture and rebuild that program, and they're on the right direction, but just not at the level of our Acadiana Wreckin Rams. Tip the cap to Lafayette, but y'all can skedaddle back on down West Congress because for the 19th year, like I said, Wreckin Rams punched the W against the Kitties. Yeah. But looking forward to Southside. You kind of mentioned it just now. I'm most looking forward to calling the game at their brand new stadium. Want to check out that press box. I heard that they have great facilities. I'm really excited too, because as broadcasters, that's we like going call games with those kind of amenities. But nonetheless, that's the circle on the calendar, folks. That Southside game is going to tell us so much about this Acadiana Wreckin Ram team and how gutsy we are. If we can go to Youngsville next week and find a way to win that game, the back half of the schedule's wide open. I mean, you're setting yourself up for a showdown in Week 10 at that point, Nick.
Yeah, and the Southside game, always a big game in my house, right? My oldest daughter graduated from Southside. She's now at LSU. My youngest daughter, a freshman at Southside. So I got 4 more years of the house divided during this week. So always a big game, and we have a little bit of fun with that in my family. But Cole, you're absolutely right. Like that Karen Crow game is already looming as huge. So you're hoping that you can take care of this Southside game to make that game even bigger. So if you play like you played tonight, I don't know if you're going to be able to knock Southside off. I think the team played well in the first half. The second half kind of got a little ugly, but Southside's going to be well coached. I mean, that is one thing you can count on. Acadiana might have some better players. They might be more talented, but Southside is going to be well coached. They are going to be disciplined, and it's going to be a heck of a football game next week.
Well, again, Ram Nation, we want to thank you for tuning in tonight, whether it's from Scott, Louisiana, or anywhere around the world. You tuning in and watching your Wreckin Rams is what makes this broadcast possible, but I do have to show some love to our WRP student crew. These are the students of Acadiana High that do all the camera work, all the commercial work, and any of the dirty work behind the scenes. This is going to be Laney Mitchell, Brian Lander, Dante Lipshaw, Saria Davis, Dayton LeBlanc, Ava Fatno, Maddie Marsh, and Mamdou Kahaye. That is some of the students that run our WRP crew. And again, it's been a pleasure to get to know them as the season has gone on. They do a great job. On behalf of our audio producer, Mr. Denny Edwards, and our video producer, Mr. Bradley Gayo, I'm Cole Gilbo, your play-by-play man. On the side of me, my very good friend and broadcast partner, Nick Fotno, and our sideline reporter, Miss Alex Fotno, who did a phenomenal job with her interviews tonight. 19 years your Wreckin' Rams have toppled the Lafayette Mighty Lions. You got your whole weekend in front of you, folks. Go enjoy it with family and friends. Go watch some good football. But always remember, once a Ram, always a Ram.
Thank you, guys. Thank you very much.